Hello everyone, welcome back to the last episode of Heroes Give Chase. I'm just kidding, it's April the 1st. Hello, it's episode 10 of Heroes Give Chase. We've hit double figures. Second, I was like, what? No, have no fear. It is a the first chat reply there is great, thank you. It is episode 10. We have hit double figures for this wonderful little creation that we came up with, creating something very fun and entertaining out of something very sad. And I'm very happy to have that. So, let's start as usual. JC, thanks for the sub. Let's start with our usual here and go with what has everyone been up to over the past week. We'll go from top to bottom today. So, Crowan, what have you been up to last week?
Hi, I've been starting to stream the good old Heroes of the Storm again.
Nice.
So that's what I've been doing for literally the past 6 days. Yeah. Besides that, just kind of just chilling. Went out to downtown Austin. That was a time and a half. Got griefed by some Ubers.
I saw that. That's so unlucky.
Wait, what happened?
Yeah, I didn't see this. Tell us the story.
We waited like maybe around like 10 minutes for an Uber. It was like pretty cold. Maybe like, I don't know, 40 degrees like Fahrenheit or whatever. but the Uber drives all the way to us. We literally see the car, and it's like a pretty busy intersection, but just like drives past us. And then just like they cancel the Uber. So I'm like, all right, that's really unlucky. Whatever, grief stage 1. And then wait for another Uber for what should be like 8 minutes, and they miss a turn like on like or they miss an exit on the highway, so they have to like do another like 5 to 10 minutes just to turn around. And then they get like 3 minutes from us, and they're stuck in traffic for like another 10 minutes or something because downtown Austin is crazy. So I ended up having to wait like 30 to 40 minutes just for an Uber, and it was pretty feels bad.
Oh
Unlucky.
no! Did you give him
Yeah.
1 star?
I mean, I didn't. No, they seem like a
Everyone's
cool
good, man.
person.
Too nice.
Like a cool person. And just
I know that's how they
missing an
get
exit
you when you're
happens.
mad, and then they're like, "Hey, sorry," and you're like, "Oh, I can't be mean."
Yeah. I was like, oh, it was crazy traffic. And I'm just like, yeah, I mean, it's Austin, so sure.
That's fair. All right, Jixie, what have you been up to?
All right. Well, we had some DOA this weekend. Pretty fun episode. I liked it. Silliness to Come left on a total cliffhanger. If you haven't checked that out, I highly recommend it. Also, our lovely friend and player Bahamut, who plays Phineas in my game, has offered to stream the game for us. So hopefully in a couple of weeks we can get that set and going,
as
and
long
you
as
guys can
everyone's
watch
on
it
board,
live.
should be good.
Yeah. So far nobody has said no.
That's true.
Other than that, we've finally dropped a game on the Gilly Sharks, so now we're only 11-1 as opposed to 10-0.
Shame.
Wow, we're still undefeated in in what are they called? The blocks.
The bracket group.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, no, we're still 5-0. So we have another game on Tuesday. You can check us out. I think Bahamut's casting it.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's really about it. Been waiting for Monday to come around.
Alrighty, Kendrick, what have you been up to?
Well, I think my body has probably aged 10 years because of all the rage and frustration that has built up
Sekiro.
after completing Sekiro.
Yeah.
One hell of a game, and these last 2 bosses, dude, I don't even know what to say. It took me 4 hours to beat the one and 5 hours to beat the other. But we did it. We did a team, and now have that as an achievement. Beat Sekiro. What the hell? It's a great game, though. By all means, check it out if you like a challenge.
Do you know what you're playing next, or do you want to leave that till the end of the stream?
Probably gonna play more Sekiro in hard mode. There's a chance to play
Ooh.
even harder.
They have a hard
You get
mode?
it plus.
A Souls-like game has a hard mode.
Yep.
Okay. Enjoy. Faye, what have you been up to?
Went out with Carwin and got griefed by Uber.
Yep.
That was fun. And recently I've been playing a lot of Risk of Rain 2 that came out early access.
It's
It's pretty fun.
What is that
That's
game
pretty
about? 'Cause
much it.
I've been seeing that pop up on like my followed streamers, but not actually looked at it.
It's a roguelike game where you just get a bunch of loot and try and survive as many rounds as you can
Fair enough. It's pretty cool.
with a bunch of different characters. So it's pretty fun.
Fair enough. And myself, I have just been literally just streaming outside of course, playing in DOA, running my own home group D&D, and also playing for the Pt.1 Otakus, my 4th week subbing for them. I have been managed to
Subbing.
play, subbing. I have managed to play 8. I've managed to play 8 games, 8 different heroes, and lost 1 map. So
Easy.
easy. I'm running out of support heroes though. Spoiler on my support picking strategy of just not picking the same one twice. But I've been enjoying that very much. The team is wonderful. Been having a good time playing in Bush League. That's on bush.gg/trolls, I think. And Baha sometimes casts that, Soken casts that, so just playing on that. It's nice to play in semi-competitive. I can see why people like it. So, as opposed to being on the other side of the mic. But that's it, other than, of course, preparing for the continuation of our murder mystery. Once again, at the end of today's session, I am using a little bit of pre-made content here in doing this with some changes to it. I will be shouting out the people who have made this because it is spectacular, and so far I've not been caught off guard once, which is really cool. So I will put that in the chat for anyone who wants to go and support the creator on DM's Guild. But for now, we are going to be jumping back in to Heroes Give Chase. Last time, the group continued their journey on from Certo, heading towards Holm, but did decide to take up Baron Cadfred's invitation and go to a party held at the Papyrus Mansion. Upon having some of their horse food stolen, they arrived at the mansion to find it the most magical place, and I mean literally, maybe figuratively, I do not know the group's opinions, that they have ever seen. Magic was common there, which is incredibly rare in this world. After setting up for the night and ordering masks and nice party clothes, the group arrived at the party and were told that the masks were not necessary because tonight would be a murder game where Lord Papyrus would fake his death. Everyone had been given a letter to say who the murderer was, and the group would have to have figured out who murdered him. That was until it appeared that he is murdered for real. And right now our party is leading the investigation to find out the true killer of Lord Papyrus. So, as we said at the end of last session, we will start by jumping back to Kaizan and Shivari, who are currently in Lord Papyrus's study. So, what do you want to do?
I think we were waiting for Diz, right?
You are waiting for Dis, which is an excellent point. So Dis would be arriving back upstairs and would be arriving with, sent up by Leonhardt, I believe it was Kira you sent up.
Mm-hmm.
Was it Kira or was it Pathos?
Both of them.
You sent up both of them. All right.
I think Diz went first, then Kira, and then the other three were coming with Pathos.
Mhm.
Yes, that was it.
Because
Okay.
we sent them up ahead, and then we had some final words with the
With
magician,
Pathos.
with the sorcerer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pathos. All right, cool. So Dis and Kira come in through the door to you, Kaizan and Shivari. I'm back. I've brought Kira was suggested.
Oh, I suppose that she can look over at the body.
I have some investigative skills. She walks over to the body and gestures. May I?
Of course. Step aside so she can
Go ahead.
get next to it.
Okay. She will roll investigation. When I found her character sheet. There it is.
My life.
Okay, yeah, D's. Oh, we lost Faye, and she's back. Never mind.
Hello. It just
Hello.
Restarted itself.
Okay, so rolled pretty decent. So, what did you guys find already? But do you remember?
So on his body, we didn't find much.
Okay. Yes, you rolled fairly low. Okay, so yes, here we go. So on his body, Kira begins to take stuff out and place it before you all. She pulls out of one of his top pockets a deck of cards, places them on the desk in front of you. Begins to look up his sleeves, where immediately two doves fly out of his sleeves and fly up into the rafters with the other doves. A single
Pointing more and more
old...
to the doves.
Say again, sorry?
This is pointing more and more to dove murderer.
A single old tarot card, which she placed on the table. This card is the Traitor. And this was stuffed in his top right pocket. Various spell components in belt patches are attached, and 2 wands are pulled out from hip holsters. You already found, I believe, the small mechanical bird and the small glowing gem. So that is all that will be found on his body. She looks through it all. I don't know if this means anything to you. This means nothing to me.
In your times with Lord Papyrus, did he take any sort of liking to these cards? Kaizen like gestures towards the tarot card.
This is the first I have seen of them.
What about this gestures towards the mechanical bird?
Again, I have never seen anything like that.
What about you, Diz?
Well, yes, as I told you before, the tarot card, I can't really say he's used them every now and again for divination, but the bird, it's just a thing he used to take notes, but I don't know the password.
You don't know. Do you know who else would know it besides for him?
I mean, he wrote a lot of stuff down. It might be somewhere in this room.
Okay.
Look around for a journal notebook thing on the desk, maybe?
Okay, make an investigation check.
Are there any bookshelves in the room?
There are
Ooh.
bookshelves.
That was not a good roll.
Okay, you look around, you're able to find what you think to be books, but you open up and appear to be textbooks, just magical textbooks, not journals. Definitely clear stuff that you yourself might have read. It's basically like magic for dummies kind of stuff. All right. Yeah, there are bookshelves, Kaizen.
Kaizen
Do you
will
want me to
go-
reread the description of the room as a general reminder?
Sure.
Yes, please.
Okay. So, on the desk on the left-hand side of the room is Lord Papyrus's body. It was splayed over it. Now he's leaning back in the chair where you guys positioned him. There is a very large painting of Papyrus behind the desk, winking as he points double finger guns. A suit of armor standing on the left corner of the room, nearest to the entrance. A painting just above. A painting just to the left of the entrance, depicting the mansion itself. A large porcelain vase just to the right of the entrance, with a handful of staffs stuffed into it. Appears to be a staff holder. The large wooden chest that you guys already opened to find full of doves. The far wall is covered with filled bookcases. An old rug covers most of the floor. A large spherical fish tank sits against the right wall. 2 wing-back chairs on either side of the fish tank, angled toward each other, and a large chandelier hangs from the center of the ceiling.
Kaizen will go look through the bookshelves.
Okay.
If he finds anything pertaining to mechanical bird or any of seemingly his interests.
Okay, make me an investigation check.
Alright.
Most common role of this particular arc, I guess. 9. You don't really find a lot. There's not a huge amount there. As you're searching through, you can find a load of old spell books and a couple old spell notes, but skimming through them, it just appears to be old spell notes.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, actually, there's a thing here for me to read, apparently. The bookshelves that you're able to find, even with that roll, they are filled with various books, such as old school spell books, an introduction to card tricks, comic books, the art of dual wielding wands. Some of the shelves also have a few display items. There is a set of painted clay souvenir tokens from all the nearby cities in the country. A collection of small jade figurines. A porcelain wand on a wood pedestal protected by a glass cover. There doesn't appear to be any sort of order to where the books are placed.
Okay.
Okay. Shavari, have you found anything over there?
No, I did not.
Hmm.
Who is this in this picture? No, there's a small picture thing on the desk, right?
Yes, there is. Hang on.
Oh.
Let me
Pick
get
it
to
up
that.
and show it to him.
Okay. The desk. Da-da-da-da-da. Where is the desk? Sorry. The body, display case. I have lost the desk. Somehow. How do you lose a desk? There we go. So yes, there was the small framed picture of a man crying happily, holding a purplish pink bear with green spots. The guy glances over at it. I believe that's Lord Cadred, at a much younger age.
Alright. Was there anybody that he was close with that maybe the password would be that you could think of?
Anyone who would know would be at this party, or it would be in this room somewhere. And
Alright.
unless you have a way to speak to the dead.
I do not know.
Okay. Kira's standing by the door. Do you need me for anything else, or may I leave?
If you have any ideas, that would be helpful. Otherwise, no.
I mean, search everything. There's bound to have been a clue. There's no stab marks on him, meaning this. I would assume this is magic or poison.
Do you
If
have
I
a
had to
way of
guess.
being able to tell if it is poison? Because there is the goblet or the cup with the drink in it that was next to him.
Is it poisoned?
I have not tried. I'm not sure if it is poison or not.
Then I would
Would that
suggest
be
finding
something
a way. Then I would suggest finding a way to test it. That would be my suggestion. That would be a tool of my trade.
Yes, this is a tool of your trade. How would you test it?
I'd give it to someone who didn't know.
And who here would you give it to?
I mean, one of you. I know you the least.
No, of course. Okay, off with you.
All right. Kira heads downstairs. On the way down, passes Pathos, sent up by Leonhardt and Wolf. He comes up. Yes, greetings. You forgot that was his voice, didn't you?
I totally forgot.
I love him.
I was
Can we
sent
take
up
him with
to
us?
be of assistance.
Yes. Firstly, there appears to be this mechanical bird thing requires a password. Would you happen to have any guesses as to what it would be or what it would be related to?
If I had to guess, Lord Papyrus might have come up with... It's likely something talking up himself. If I had to guess. It's also likely written down. I doubt he was ever improved from school.
Perhaps it is. Uh,
Do you have any means of being able to tell if something is poison, by chance?
That's a wonderful question.
I mean, he's a necromancer. You just let
is-
someone drink, and if he dies, he's just gonna bring him back.
that
Oh,
is-
easy. There we go.
yikes.
That is not within my capabilities.
Alright. What would be within your capabilities?
I can check to see if there was potentially a magical reason.
Well, okay. I mean,
Sure.
I am not able to detect magic myself, so that would actually be very helpful if you could
All right.
do that.
Mutters something under his breath for a moment and then looks around the room and begins pointing out most of the room as magical. Like he goes across the desk, rummages through a couple things, and like pulls a couple things out. Overall, the like main magical things would be a jade chicken that appears to be sitting on one of the shelves, one of the jade figurines. There is one of the wands in the holster. Oh, sorry, one of the wands in a glass display case. There is the bird sitting on the desk that you've already found out. Papyrus's 2 holstered ones, separate. A suit of armor the suit of armor in the corner is magical. And apparently he points at the walls and gestures, saying, "The walls are also magical."
How does a wall be magical?
Do you have something I can spill?
And what is that?
Something I can spill. A mess I can make.
We have the extra cup
Yeah.
that was brought up, right? With the ale in
Yeah.
it.
Spill it.
Kaizen goes to pour some on the ground.
Okay, you pour it on the ground. It splats across the floor, across the carpet. And you see coming out from one of the wall, water seeps through the gaps, and a very small water elemental comes out of the wall, washes the floor, and then heads back into the wall. Where from a different spot, a small air elemental comes out, dries the carpet, and then floats back into the wall.
That is impressive. I've never seen that before.
Interesting.
We should just loot this place and get on out of town.
Hmm. Oh well. That is very interesting magic.
That is all the magic I can find. He rummages through the desk one more time, and then no, nothing else here.
Okay. Would you be able to tell if he was killed by some type of magic? Or would that have shown up when you were detecting?
It might not have. Well, he glanced at him. He is currently himself not magical.
So it's not an illusion, is what you are saying.
Not that I can tell.
Okay.
Hmm.
The only thing that we can really do right now is try to find the password. I guess Kaizen, maybe try and help me rummage through the desk more. We might be able to find it.
Okay.
I would suggest his desk is a good idea, or perhaps the bookcase, anywhere he might have kept notes.
Are there any drawers to the desk?
There are, but they've been rummaged through pretty thoroughly. Anything I've described already is what you have found.
There's no random locked stuff on the desk.
I mean, there's a set of, as previously mentioned, adamantine manacles. They're locked, but there is no locked
not like
cupboards or
locked
anything
drawers.
like
Yeah. Okay.
Get out.
that. Well, if you do not need me for anything else.
No, that was very.
Ooh, Discord, please. Discord, please. Hi, stream. I'm gonna.
Hello.
Oh, there we go. Discord's back. Hello,
Holy
everyone.
crap! Was that everybody
That was
having a big lag?
everyone.
Holy crap!
Hi, welcome back. We'll trust this server for a little longer,
What
and if not, we'll
happened?
swap. The entire Discord, the server just went bleh. But it's, I'm sure it's fine now.
Mhm.
Alrighty, if it goes again, we'll change servers. Okay. Yeah, he says, but yeah, there's no locked cupboards or anything like that. There was a chest, but you guys opened it. It was full of birds.
Yes.
When you said you weren't surprised by anything, does that mean that somebody wrote in that's what happens when you open the chest?
Mhm.
Oh, those
There is. I
fuckers.
will read you that precisely. The old trunk. A DC 12 intelligence investigation of the old trunk reveals it to be trapped in some way. Using thieves' tools, DC 18, disables the trap. If the check is failed by 5 or more, or if they open the chest without disabling the trap, it goes off. The trap is a dove trap, releasing 15 doves into the room.
What an asshole! Sorry, continue.
Alright.
I know.
Kaizen will just take another look over the desk, see if there's
Shivari is
anything that
also-
alludes to the password.
Same with
Shivari.
Shivari. They
Okay.
were given it a thorough look-see.
Okay. Give. Well, you can both do one or one with advantage. Your choice.
We have very similar investigation
Okay,
things,
both
so
do it.
we'll just both do it, I think.
Okay. Okay.
Very
that's,
similar.
That's better than you've done so far. Okay. There is nothing else in the desk that you haven't already found. There. So like I said, that's the small bird, the framed picture, various spell components and alchemical solutions, a small empty gilt cage with the door hanging open, adamantine manacles, and a personalized stationery pen and an inkwell. I'll say with that, actually, you do notice as you're going across the desk, the small glowing gem is gone.
Is it just me, or is the gem that was there is gone now? There was a gem there, right?
I think so. It was over here. It was both Kira and the other gentleman were over here. One of them could have taken it.
Dis leans over. You would have realized he was near the desk as well. He leans over and goes, "What gem?"
There was a small gem on the desk.
Did you see it?
I didn't see it. I was downstairs and then up here.
He's a thief and a murderer. Kill him.
I think it was here before everyone else came back in. Well,
Someone else.
not that I suspect you or anything, Liz, but could you maybe turn out your pockets and stuff just to be sure?
Okay. Here's where probably some explaining is needed.
Okay.
So, as previously mentioned, this was supposed to be a murder game.
Right.
And in that game, I was supposed to be the one who killed Lord Papyrus. And he empties out his pockets, and you can see a small bottle with a skull and crossbones on it. I was supposed to poison his drink with this.
And what is actually in them?
Oh, whiskey.
Do you mind taking us?
Sure. Takes a gulp. Pops the cork back on. I don't
Okay.
have the gem, but I didn't want, obviously, me to pull this out and you suspect me.
Well, we each received a note that said something, yes? So I
Yes,
suppose one person was going to have a note that said that they were the killer.
yes, that was me. I don't have it with me, but yes.
What is it?
It is in my room.
Which is where?
Currently unattainable.
Why?
Because Lord Papyrus, Lord Papyrus set it up so that people would not be able to leave until his murder was set. There is no conjuration in or out of the mansion now. The only way out or in is via that back door or the front door with this key.
So it is attainable then?
No, because my room's upstairs. We literally
And you
can't go
can-
any further unless we release the entire lockdown and potentially let the killer out. Because the second I lower that, teleportation would be completely capable within the room, within the house.
Okay.
Interesting.
Would you do a favor and go and see if you could get everybody else's notes, or at least find out what everybody else has said? Just out of curiosity.
Sure, but I assume your friends will have finished their interrogation shortly. So would you like me just to send them up to you?
Sure.
Yeah, that would be fine. Yes, thank you.
Okay. Good luck. And he scuttles downstairs. Is there anything else you would like to do before we jump to the Unhearted Wolf?
Kaizen looks through the large vase with stabs in it.
Okay, make an investigation check.
8.
It's full of staves. Two of which you see have runes carved along the side. When you touch one, it flips out into an umbrella.
Guess I will not touch anything else. It's weird magic in here.
Yes, it's very fascinating, isn't it? So much magic.
Something like that, yes.
Shvari will go to the bookshelf of books and kind of just take a random one off the shelf and like flip through it.
Okay, well we'll keep this as an investigation check just for the
Okay.
sake of, I guess it's the equivalent of luck. Oh damn! You pick off one of the books and you open it up and it is another magical textbook.
Oof.
Alright.
Dice, please.
Dice, please. Have no fear, the best investigators are but downstairs. Reinforcements will shoot around. Speaking of which, we will take that opportunity to jump downstairs to Woof and Leonhardt.
That's why I kill every goose I meet on sight. So, has Miss Owlbear woken up yet?
Miss Albert is still unconscious.
Oh my god, somebody get her something.
So, who's still with us in the room? I think it's only the
That
unconscious
is
lady.
just
and me.
Mrs. Albert currently. Kira will arrive down first, and then it will be Pathos and Dis.
Wolf, do you agree with me if it would be beneficial to us if we can wake up this old lady here?
Yeah, she's really nice.
And potentially helpful in this investigation. So, can you? Oh, I'd rather do that myself. And Leonard gives her I don't know, like a soft
This would be a medicine check. To wake up a fainted person is a medicine check.
Okay. You probably wouldn't know how to do that.
How would Leonhardt try?
Spit on her.
Wake up.
I think he would try by just trying to shake her a little bit and maybe get. Is there a chance for us to get water? Is there a water glass somewhere?
Yeah, there's water, there's champagne, there's all sorts of things.
And if the shake, like if I can't wake her up by just physical contact, then I would pour a glass of water on her.
Okay. Roll the medicine.
All right. Not a very knightly thing to do, but I guess desperate times require desperate measures, right? So, what was that? What kind of check was that? Medicine. Okay.
Okay. Leonhardt
Come on,
tries
gang.
to shake Mrs. Albert awake. She remains unconscious. Leonhardt reaches over for what he thinks is water and pulls a full goblet of red wine over her. Her dress is ruined. But she
It was
remains
not a
unconscious.
natural one, okay?
It was not a natural one. I mean, she's not drowning. But her dress is now very red, where it was white and brown. But she remains fainted.
Wolf, we're gonna let Shivani take care of this. Just don't worry about it.
Oh boy.
So at this point, Kira arrives downstairs.
Kira, it is not what it looks like. It's wine. We didn't do anything to the lady. She's still in good health, just unconscious.
You see her hands are reaching towards some of her weapons. Step away from the body.
Yes. Leonhard takes a step back.
She walks over, one hand on a knife, checks the pulse. Wine.
Well,
Why?
see, sometimes it's
It
hard
was
to tell.
proper to the investigation.
I was
Utmost
gonna
important.
I was going to say, from what I could see upstairs, your friends might need you, but now I'm really not so sure.
Well, perhaps, Lady Kira, it is in the realm of your capabilities to wake up Lady... What was her name? Lady...
Albert.
Mrs. Albert.
Perhaps you could wake up Miss Albert.
She looks down at Mrs.
A lady
Albert.
such as yours, with your professions, your skills.
She looks down
Could
at
be a piece
Mrs.
of cake.
Albert, leans down. I'm gonna try, but it might be tricky. Just slaps her across the face, and Mrs. Albert just wakes up, splutters a bit on the wine. Kira looks up at you. Okay, I'm gonna go get drunk now, and walks over to the trestle table.
Yeah.
So Mrs. Albert sits up, looking down at her dress. What happened?
Lady Albert, it's everything is all right. You had a severe attack of weakness, and you slipped. And unfortunately, on that table that you fell next to, there was a cup of wine, and it was an ugly story, really. But we're glad that you're back among us, and we would like to ask you some questions about a most unfortunate turn of event that you may remember. What exactly do you remember?
Starts making a deception check.
All right. What are those rolls? Can we
Apparently
just have
she's-
something higher than 13?
Apparently, she's out of it enough to believe you. I remember a scream, and then I went upstairs with all of you, and I found my godson apparently dead. And then I remember a sharp pain in my cheek.
Pardon me this question, Lady Albert, but do you have these attacks more frequently? Is it common for you to sometimes pass out and drop unconscious?
No, but my godson is dead.
Well, so it appears. Tell us more about the relationship between you and your godson, if you wouldn't mind. How? It's not your biological son, I take it.
No, like I said, godson.
Blood related?
No, again, I am the widow of his old mentor, Ludolf Albert. Sorry, Ludwig Albert. We used to just look after young Master Papyrus, who grew up to be Lord Papyrus. That was until he went off to school. Then, when he came back from school, we still were family friends.
Did you do it?
Be friends? Look after him?
No, kill him.
No!
Oh, you said they
dare
never
you?
suspect the old lady, so I'm just checking.
How dare you? That is my godson. Who
And
are
a
you
lover
anyway? I
and
haven't
a
seen you around
friend.
before.
Pardon me, good lady. Wolf, we do not want to cause any problems here, and we most certainly do not want to fall you unconscious again. So, we are here in the stead of Baron, Codred. And he trusted us to represent him in this matter, and it is most unfortunate that there was such a turn of event. And we're here to investigate and shed some light in this crime. If it was a crime, we do not know. There are mixed opinions right now. We talked to his former colleague and, classmate, Mr. Gloombright, and he said that it could have very well just been an act. What is your take on that, Lady Albert?
That was always Gloombright.
Excuse me?
Gloombright never really liked never really liked Papyrus's style.
Mm-hmm. Could you elaborate on that?
Not really. Papyrus only had good words about Pathos. Pathos just always struck me as a grump. Not as much of a grump as Kira. You hear over from the trestle table.
How would you describe the relationship between Mr. Gloombright and Lord Papyrus?
As far as I'm aware, they were good friends. Ex-classmates, but good friends.
Mm-hmm.
He was invited
Are there
here.
any enemies that you could think of that would benefit from, the passing away of Lord Papyrus?
No, I don't see what anyone would have a purpose of killing him outside of hatred of magic.
Could you tell us anything about his servant, Diz?
This is a kind boy. He was always helpful around the house. He's more of he's not just so much a servant, he's an apprentice. Although, doesn't really get taught that much magic, as far as I've seen. He's smart, but not bright. He's eager to please, but so far his duties have been more along the lines of cape pressing and chamber pot emptying, as opposed to learning magics.
Well, he demonstrated to us that he was quite capable of using and summoning some spells.
Oh yes, he knows a little.
Now, as his godmother, do you happen to know anything about a will? Were there any last wishes written down, documented somewhere?
I don't know, quite frankly. I mean, if it existed, it would be in his study.
Are you capable of using the magic arts as the wife of his mentor?
I am just a widow of his mentor. We're just good friends.
Interesting. I think, Lady Albert, that is everything for now. Please feel free to rest. If you require any assistance, you can
Oh, I'll
let
be-
me or my companion know.
Thank you. I'll be fine. Just let me sit here for a bit. Leans back
Very
on the
well,
floor
very
on her
well.
arms. So at this point, Pathos has arrived downstairs as well. Looks over at Lady Albert, covered in wine. Looks over at Kira. Looks over at you guys. Sees Lady Albert's up and around and just shrugs. He goes to find a chair.
Leonhard would wave to Woof and signalize that he would like to speak with him in private.
I'll walk over to him.
Woof, you have a lot of similarities with dogs, don't you?
Oh, you gonna say that?
Do you also share the fine scent?
Oh,
In
not
other
anymore.
words.
My smell isn't as what it used to be. I'm still pretty good, but not what I used to be.
Ah, what a pity.
I know.
Now, what is your gut feeling? What does your instinct tell you about this? Do you think he's dead for real? Do you think it's another act? What is your take on this? What does your
All
intuition
these
tell you?
people are really mean, and they think that we did it, so we should go home.
Hmm. That would, of course, be the easy solution, Woof, but unfortunately, duty does not allow us to leave the crime scene just yet.
Well, one guy, he raises dead bodies, and he said that he didn't want to be at the party, so maybe he killed him so he could have a body to raise, and then he could get to go home early.
Leonard takes a quick look at Mr. Gloombright.
He's currently
That
sitting down in a chair, spread across about 3 of them, but mainly on one chair.
Mm-hmm. That is an interesting thought, Woof. One that I shall keep in my memory for now. Now, what do you think about reuniting with the others upstairs?
Yeah, let's do that, because they're nice at least.
That is right. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, my companion and myself, we would like to reunite ourselves with our companions and discuss further investigation steps. If we require your assistance, or if we would like to have further discussion, we will let you know or send Diz. Is there anything you would like
This
us?
literally is standing in the doorway, looks like he's about to tell you your allies might want
Okay.
you, but just shrugs, just like, okay.
Is there anything else you may want to ask us, or are we good to go for now?
Kira turns to Dis. And these people 100% cannot leave. Cannot leave as well. Seems suspicious that the entire group is reuniting. This goes.
You're all with your friends.
Oh, trust me, I am not friends with any of these people. We are. Dis speaks up. He's a member of Homeland Security. I'm sure he's fine. But if not, again, no one can leave. No one can leave until this is sorted.
Yes, Lady Kira. On my honor, I can assure you that no shady things are going on, and none of our party members are involved in the decease of Lord Papyrus.
As a reminder, Laura Alaname is with you at the moment.
Oh, she's
You
arrived.
brought her
Okay.
in. Yes, I mean she
Cool.
came in with you also.
Right.
She looks to you as, am I coming upstairs as well?
Yeah, I don't want to leave you downstairs with a killer, and I get a shifty eye at all the people in the room.
They are all looking. So you can see that even though a lot of them are trying to look calm, there's some suspicious looks going around.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. So
So we walk upstairs to Leonhard. Hey, so when somebody did something bad at home and Emmy couldn't figure out which of the puppies it was, she used to smack us all on the butt to make sure she got the right one. What if we just did that?
Unfortunately, Wolf, raising dogs and dealing with a murder case is not the same thing. As much as I would like to arrest some of these people, we can't just throw them all in jail just because we suspect one of them.
That doesn't make sense, but okay.
Alright, you arrive upstairs. You can see currently Shivari failing to, reading what appears to be a magical textbook, and Kaizan going through a couple drawers.
So we could all agree that these people are kind of terrible, right? He had bad taste in friends. The Baron seems nice.
Yes, I can know. I mean, some of them are, I suppose, suspicious. But did you guys find anything out downstairs?
Unfortunately, not Shivari. His Lady Albert is seems to be innocent first glance. I mean, she was passed out almost the entire duration of this party so far. Doesn't really seem to know anything of use. If you ask me personally, I think there's a number of potential suspects. There's a variety of motives. Lady Kira could be, a disappointed lover. Something else may have happened between the two of them. We do not know. Then there is Diz, who, in my opinion, looks almost too innocent to be truly innocent. And then, as Wolf pointed out earlier in a conversation that the two of us had, Mr. Gloombright seems to be a rather impatient.
Okay.
Utmost concern.
Just really, I'm going to switch the Discord server.
All right, cool.
All right, we'll
Yeah.
go to US Central.
Gotcha.
Okay, everyone still hear me?
Yep.
I hear you.
Jinxie, if you could turn your camera off and on again, please.
Okay.
Right. Yeah, the last thing I said was, and Mr. Gloombright, he also seems to have his own reasons for potentially killing Lord Papyrus because he's a rather impatient man and seems to think about nothing else than just leaving this party as fast as possible. And what other way would there be to leave this party but the host being dead?
Well,
Doesn't work like that in real life, but
You know what?
Cons-
Fuck this party.
fuck this party. Let's get rid of that.
I mean, considering that I think the party would probably be done by now. I don't know if that is necessarily a motive, but maybe.
And who knows? We do not know what the relationship between the two sorcerers, magic users, were. Both Mr. Gloombright and Lady Albert claim that they had a friendly relationship, but there seems to have been some, rivalry, some disagreements as well. So we're in a sticky situation, as folks may call it. Has there been anything new that you were able to find out, Shivari Kaizan?
Found out that apparently this was supposed to be the fake killer when it was just a game. But
He had a bottle that it was meant to look like it was a bottle of poison, I suppose, but he drank from it and.
By
Yes.
the way,
Whiskey.
how many doves are in that room right now? Still
Currently
sitting somewhere?
17. All sitting in the rafters.
So it must all be like the entire time.
They're pretty chill. They seem to be trained
Okay.
well to be quiet, but they're regarding you. The floor is covered in feathers.
Shivari, I remember you being capable of developing some special relationship to animals and beasts, or was that Kaizen? Some of you, didn't you commune with some of the beasts that we fought in the arena?
That was me, yes. I could.
Yeah,
do
I thought
that.
I heard you talk to some of the animals. Could you perhaps interrogate one of the doves? Maybe they saw, heard, felt something.
Well, the majority of the birds in here were in the trunk, yes? So I would have to go through each bird until I found the one that wasn't in the trunk.
I'm sorry, just the idea of you guys just shining a light at a bird. Where were you on the night of the murder?
I think if that we
maybe
cannot find anything else out, that we can maybe do that later, but
one of them heard something.
maybe.
We're gonna start looking for clues in non-conventional methods.
Well, there is some other things. She'll gesture to the desk with the little clockwork bird. And that the bird right there is something that he keep his thoughts in, I suppose, or things of that nature. But it has a password that we do not know what this. I have some ideas of what it could be, but I have not tried any. I don't know if you found any information out about someone that he
And-
was close with or something like that. That might also be a name that could be a password.
And what does this device react to? Voice commands, or do you have to write something inside, or what is the opening device?
When I picked it up, it came to life with magic and then just
think
asked for the
it's
password.
A
So,
voice, probably.
this
Mhm.
yes, probably have to do with voice.
I
You
see.
see it on the table, Leonhardt, a small clockwork songbird. Currently sat back
Mhm.
I
on
want
the
to walk
table.
over to the suit of armor and see if it's magical like the one that visited us. Like look inside it and see if it's got a well or something. Like push it.
Okay, you have a peek inside it. You can see there are some runes carved into the inside of it, but not a huge
Hello?
amount. And not a huge amount else on the inside. You can see it has a scabbard with something inside it.
Like a sword or like there's something inside it.
Roll investigation.
Oh
Roll
my-
investigation for the armor in general. Let's do that.
Roll to see how well I can discern a sword. What is the world
Well,
come
it's
to?
just for the armor in general.
Mm-hmm. Fucking hell!
You try to put. You
Tetrick,
try.
give us some combat. We need the good rolls. We're saving them for combat.
I'm actually
you gotta
so
find out
panicked
who
about
done it for
breaking
combat.
shit.
You gotta find out who done it. Yeah, you try to pull on. You try to pull on the armor. You try to pull on the handle of the sword, and the entire armor clatters to the floor. You just jump out the way.
What was that? What did you knock that over? Did it fall?
I didn't do it on purpose. It's attacking me. I'm gonna go into a rage.
Okay, you go into a rage.
Alright,
Did it? What
calm
did
down,
it do?
but there
And
is a
I'm-
few other things.
Trying to rip it apart at this point. It just.
Okay, it's not. If you want to try and rip it apart, you're gonna have to roll an attack because it is bound together magically.
I mean, yeah. Try to. Yeah.
Yeah, make an unarmed strike.
Arm strike. Oh yes.
Okay, and good damage. You're
Combat,
not able
there we
to
go.
rip it apart, but its head is its helmet is dented inwards. One of the hands, the fingers are now pointing the wrong way. It's the arm is starting to look a bit like a mess, but you're unable to tear it apart. But it is
Ooh,
pretty
but,
messed up. It's still on the floor.
I don't think that is necessary.
Get up and give it a swift kick.
Dunk.
Wait, what did it try to hurt you?
Yeah, I went to look at the scabbard because like there's something in it. I don't know what it was, and then it just jumped on me.
Alright.
That is concerning.
I mean, it is probably not magical, so.
There's a and I
Yes, magical.
make like a rune in the air.
but magical suits of armor are not supposed to just attack us.
But there was other things that we found. There was a gemstone that was on the desk that when it was just me and Kaizen, it was here, and then when other people came back upstairs, it was then gone. So it did
To
not
look
seem
and
like
see if. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
it did not seem like Diz had it. I had them turn out his pockets. So it was either Kira or sorry, Bloombright.
Right, did Diz actually turn all his pockets, or he just like pull out the bottle and just like, hey, here you go?
What is your passive perception?
15?
Looked like he pulled out all his pockets.
Okay.
Let's see if there is this gem that she told me about in this suit of armor, because that thing is evil, which means it probably took it.
Okay, you pull open you lift up the head and look in the visor. It's completely hollow on the inside.
Okay.
There was nothing inside it other than runes
Well, it's
carved
weird,
into
but
the
I
flesh.
don't want to go back near it.
I think, Leonhardt, you should ask for Kira and Patos to turn out their pockets for this gem thing. They were up here inspecting things in this room. Are the only other ones who could have taken it.
So, what about, was Diz with you as well when that happened?
Yes, we already asked Diz, and he did not seem to have it.
You
That is
checked his
also-
belongings and his pockets.
Asked him to turn out his pockets. Did not physically inspect him myself, but
That is also when we found out that his note said that he was the killer in the little bottle that had his.
apparently said he could not currently retrieve his note, though.
Now, isn't that most convenient for him?
I think that there is probably two things that we can do right now. One is try to find who took the gemstone, which is probably
Mhm.
either Kira or Gumbray. And two is just ask everybody what their note said, just so that we are clear on that.
Did the gemstone look particularly precious or special to you?
I mean, it was a gemstone, and it was on his desk, so it probably had some value to him.
Could you describe the gemstone to me so we know that we're looking for the right one?
Yeah. Let me check my notes, see if I had a description for it.
I have a description if you don't.
That would probably be quicker.
Okay. It was an entirely, but it was a gem about the size of a fist, almost entirely black,
Okay, that's a
except
large one, holy
for
crap.
one faint purple glow that originates deep within the stone.
Okay.
Hey, so you
Excellent.
guys use stuff for like magic, right? Like feathers and stuff. Well, wouldn't
Like-
a magic user need something magic like that, maybe?
Potentially. I do not know of any spell that would require that necessarily, but I don't know every spell in existence, so potentially.
I don't like that guy. I don't like him at all.
But I think finding who has the gemstone and just
Mhm.
finding what everybody's note said is probably our next course
Kaizen,
of
would you be so kind and accompany me? Because if the murderer really or truly was after the gemstone as well, they might respond violently after exposing them.
Yes, okay. I will
Excellent.
go.
But before you go, just so that we know what everybody's note said, what did all of ours say?
I'm not the murderer.
That is what mine said.
Likewise for me.
Do you have your notes with you?
Yes. Get that.
I don't think I would have taken mine, so no.
Take them on. Probably
Unless it said to
not.
take them. Did it say to take them?
Nope.
Okay, then I probably wouldn't have mine.
Okay. Well, you know, since we've all been together, I don't think there's any reason to raise any suspicions towards each other. And yeah, let us just proceed. This is where the party, everybody looks at each other and like, who is the murderer?
I look Leonhardt coldly in the eye.
As I,
If
we'll
I
give a
wanted
little,
you dead, I would have left you with the snakes.
just quickly, we're going to do a little behind the scenes thing here. At the very end of last session, I asked the group who they thought had done it.
Mm-hmm.
One of the party was chosen. I won't say what everyone picked. That can be revealed at the end.
Right. All right,
Let's just go behind
Kaizen.
the scenes.
Let us search for the stone and see if any of the two people you suspect have it.
Sorry, Leonhardt. Not again. Not that I suspect any of us. It's just so that we have more information. What did your
Absolutely.
note say?
Wouldn't you say, Shavari, that if someone were to steal such a gem, that would also make them very suspicious and very suspect to the crime?
Yes, but information in this case is also very valuable. So
Why
just
don't you
knowing
want
that-
to share your note, Leonhardt? What are you hiding, Leonhardt?
Leonhardt leaves out a sigh and just casually shows the note to Woof. Oh, I forgot you probably can't read. It says no, and then turns around and walks downstairs.
I want to get my I want to get my cask of wine and my dirt pouch out.
Okay.
Going to pour the wine onto the dirt so it makes it like mud. And when Leonhardt turns around, I'm gonna flick it at his hair.
Are you trying to do this stealthily?
No.
Okay, then I guess this would be a thrown weapon attack, so make me a strength check. This is definitely improvised,
Okay.
so no proficiency. Strength 10. What's your AC, Leonhardt, without armor? Oh, no, wait, you said you're wearing your armor. Ah.
I'm always wearing my armor.
So what's your AC?
There's no hair armor. It's gonna. Are you kidding me right now?
My AC is 18, so
Okay. It does not hit Leonhardt because AC also counts as agility, as you hear a splat behind you as Wolf clubs it together.
Turned.
And that's why I said here. As you throw the clump, Leonhardt is able to sidestep, but that does not stop the spray from it hitting the wall. It's not much, but it's lots of brown and red speckles over Leonhardt's
and
armor.
they hit my face, or where did
They
they
hit your
me?
they hit your most things.
You can even
I'm
see
very proud of myself.
Leonhardt just stops, does not turn around yet, and I'm not sure if Kaizen can see it, not sure how close he is, but there's like, all of a sudden in his very pretty and clean-shaven face, there's this one vein popping. And still without turning around, he says, "Who was that?"
It's at this point that out of the wall, a water elemental comes out and drenches Leonhardt. Washes him clean, goes into the wall, an air elemental then comes out the other wall and dries him. Leonhardt is clean, but his hair is very out of shape.
I can't contain my laughter. I fall on the floor. I'm crying.
Leonhardt is like closing his eyes. Is like, "Shavare, fix the hair!"
Okay. Try to fix his hair, even though it's already been clean.
Yeah, it's clean. It's definitely clean. Style-wise, it's still a little bit out.
Goku style.
Little bit, yeah. Yeah, if you've seen like any cartoon where a character has gone through a car wash, it looks a bit like that.
He just, just stomps down, and with every step down the stairs, you can hear like a tong, tong, tong.
Okay.
Kaizen follows behind.
Alrighty. The party has split once again, but with different teams. We'll stay upstairs. Well, sure. We'll stay upstairs for a bit. Laura would probably go downstairs. Leonhardt is basically the one who pays her, so she's gonna follow Leonhardt.
I don't think I get to use this so soon.
I did not know that's what you're gonna use it for, so fair enough. Alrighty, so yeah, Wolf and Shivari, what would you like to do while you're still up in the study? There's still plenty of stuff to search.
That was interesting. What did Leonhardt's note say? Did it show it to me?
Did it say he's not the murderer, or did you just say that?
Can
it
you
said it's
read?
not- We discussed
Yes, you
this
can.
in the first episode.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
Yes.
Sorry, brain. Thank you. Yes, it said, I am not the murderer.
It says that he's not the murderer, but now I don't know.
I don't think Leonhardt would be the murderer. I just wanted the information. Thank you.
You're right. He's not good enough to use magic. Not like Emmy.
So, I think that perhaps he had been poisoned, but we don't really have a way of determining that. Do you have any experience with the poison by chance?
I got bit by a snake once. Nami cured it. I could just drink it and I probably won't die. Last time I didn't.
That sounds like kind of a dangerous thing to do, considering that the points that virus that he has passed away could be from poison.
Yeah, you're right.
I
We could look for non-conventional clues, like in the chairs.
perhaps
Carol's really good at ripping up chairs. I could go get. Oh, I can't go get her.
don't think making a mess will help with searching for clues, but
I could look
there's
for the
still-
books.
there's still books and things, but
There was something in the scabbard that the thing that attacked me. I don't think he really attacked me. I think I just got startled between you and me. But don't tell Leonhardt that.
okay. I was thinking of perhaps. So I want to preface this: Rosie is a magical creature, so I can bring her back if anything happened to her. But she is the safest person to use to test if it is actually poison.
Oh, that's a really good idea.
But if it is poisoned, she might disappear for a while. But she will come back in time. I just have to do the ritual again. I think that might be the safest course of testing if it is poisoned or not. But I, just wanted you to know that she will be back. She is okay. I'm not harming her indefinitely. It is just she'll be back.
Okay, I trust you because you're very smart and beautiful, like Emmy.
Thank you. I want to summon Rosie.
Okay, when you try to summon Rosie, you feel a magical block. And you realize that not only is it teleporting out of the mansion, nothing is able to teleport into the mansion.
Oh, okay.
Basically, for your benefit, or any conjuration spell will not work in the mansion.
Huh. That is. I cannot summon her. This did mention that there was there's a key to go back outside. Maybe I could go use it and summon her outside and then bring her back in with me?
I could go get it. People don't tell me no.
I can go and do that myself because I have to be the one that summons her. So,
Okay.
If you want
I'll
to
go with
continue
you just
to,
in case.
if you wanted to continue looking through the room, if you had any
Oh,
ideas,
okay.
I should be back relatively quickly. So.
Alright, so Shivari, you go downstairs. Woof. What would you like to look at? I'll give you a couple things to look at before we jump downstairs. Woof.
You said you were gonna give me a couple of things to look at.
Oh, I see. Oh, sorry. I thought I meant as in you can look at a couple things before we jump downstairs. Yes, sorry.
I don't. Fuck, I don't.
I can give you
dude.
the list again if you want.
I want to throw a rock at the fishbowl,
Okay.
or like a book or something.
Okay. There's plenty of solid things around. How solid do you want this to be?
Like something that's like, I guess like a book. Then I could just like chuck it like super erudite. No, I'm gonna throw my. I can't throw my pike. Damn, I don't know.
I mean, you
And I
can.
threw my
It's just not. It's going to be an
javelins.
improvised attack as opposed to a
Oh
weapon.
God. Yeah, I'll just throw a book at the fishbowl.
Okay,
You guys
make
are the
a-
dumbest guy to investigate.
Make a strength roll.
Okay.
It hits what looks like glass, but into the water and floats towards the other side and falls out the other side. You can see as it just bounces off the rickety platform the sphere is held on. The platform wobbles quite severely, but the sphere stays upright.
Oh, that is very interesting indeed. I'm gonna knock that down.
Okay. It doesn't take anything. You literally just kick the leg a bit, and the whole thing goes, and the entire room is drenched. There is about an inch, 2 inches deep of water fills the room and starts rushing down the stairs as the fish start to on the floor as you see water elementals start to come out and retrieve the fish. And behind you, you hear as you turn around, you see the suit of armor dented and dirty and now very wet get up as it reaches to its scabbard and pulls out a mop and begins mopping the floor of the water as an air elemental comes out and starts cleaning up as well.
This whole place makes no fucking sense. Both myself and my character are actually spiraling into insanity. Okay, so...
There's the bookshelf, the desk, the one display case, the body, the carpet. There's plenty of stuff.
If he's alive, I'm just gonna start breaking his shit. Maybe he'll come out and say, "Hey, stop that." I'll investigate the bookcase. Sure, that seems like a smart thing to do.
I mean, so far you guys have not rolled good on that, so
yeah.
let's see. Is woof the saving grace? Roll investigation check.
All right.
Nat 20. Let's go.
Hey, that's not shit.
That is after I think I kept count 5 rolls. Enough. As you start going through the bookcase. For starters, as we said, you can read. You start going through the books, like giving quick skims and then just tossing them over, just like, this is boring, this isn't relevant.
Yeah, I'm like throwing them on the floor and shit.
You find one, a leather-bound book, which a piece of paper falls out of and begins to float towards the stairs. The tome itself is a leather-bound tome titled Advanced Studies in Necromancy.
I'm gonna snatch the paper. What does it say?
Okay. The paper is a. Hang on, I can't read apparently. Okay, so it appears to be a drawing of a much younger-looking Lord Pathos. A much younger-looking Lord Papyrus, standing next to a younger-looking Pathos Gloombright. They look to be fellow apprentices at Swogwart School of Magecraft and Sorcery. Pathos is holding up a trophy naming him #1 best at magic, while Pathos seems to skulk in the background.
So Papyrus is #1. I think you said
Papyrus is
twice.
#1. Yes, sorry.
Okay.
Okay.
When you turn over the piece of paper, you can see it says on the back, "Me and Roger 65." You can also see that Pathos in this picture is an incredibly skinny individual. Like, he is very, very rotund at the moment. In this picture, he is very skinny.
I'm gonna grab the book in one hand, the paper in the other, and run downstairs as fast as I can.
There is more, I believe, here actually.
Okay. Continue. Never mind then.
Yes, sorry. Because you actually rolled high enough to find the stuff in the bookcase. You also find on the inside of the book, the book itself is a beginner's guide to necromancy, and you can see, for starters, the book itself does belong to Swogwarts. But you find there's notes in the margins of the book. The first one you see, which is where the note was tucked into, the picture was tucked into, you see it is on a spell called Magic Jar. And the notes there are particularly dense with underlines and crossed out musings. The most prominent of which is double underlined in all caps. Reminder, get Roger to explain how the hell this spell works. Hashtag charm person. That is it.
Yeah. Run downstairs. Both
Okay.
in hand.
You run downstairs. Alrighty, so downstairs first, Kaiser and Leonhardt have a bit of time, then Shivari has a bit of time, then the water has a bit of time, and then and then Woof will be arriving, but we'll start with Kaiser and Leonhardt.
So after this little incident, I would say Leonhard is currently infuriated. So he's super pissed. On top of that, of course, there is now a little bit of a change of the situation. So is the door closed?
To downstairs?
Yeah.
No, it's open.
To the big room.
It's open. It's two. It's but not closed fully.
Okay, so doesn't care. Leonhard just bangs the door open, like walks in like a thunderstorm, and
you hear as you smash open the door and it clatters against the back wall. You hear a and Mrs. Albert faints.
And then in a booming voice, quite untypical for Leonhard actually, he says, in the name of Homeland Security, I hereby order every person to line up and prepare their bodies for a close-up inspection. We've got reason to believe that there is a thief among you. The missing object being a gemstone, roughly the size of a fist, purple glow inside, and likely of tremendous value. Any violation or interference will be treated as a criminal act against the law. And draws his sword.
Dis stands up. Both Kira and Pathos look at you, like, shocked. And Kira just... No.
Okay, so who's inside Pathos, Kira, the
Pathos,
Lady Albert,
Pathos,
and Dis?
Kira, Dis, and Lady Albert.
And no
Laura,
one is... And no one is standing up?
Dis is stood up.
Okay. The other two?
They're both looking at you incredulously. Kira responds, "No.
Okay.
Anyone can wear an outfit. There's been a murder here, and so far you all have all been useless. Not stripping
what have
down
you
or being
done?
searched by any of you."
We've got witnesses, and he points towards Kaizen and Shivari upstairs. There was a gemstone to be found upstairs. Now it's no longer in there. None of our party members have it with them, and the only persons...
Pathos steps on. I too saw this gemstone. Looked
What do you say,
pointless to
sorry?
me. I too saw this gemstone. Looked pointless to me. Looked expensive to me, but that's no reason for us to be searched.
I shall take it that you insist on abiding and interfering with law?
We don't even know your real thing. Also, you're not even in home. You have no authority.
Leonhard
You have
know?
minimal authority here.
Would Leonhard know that he would be very unlikely to enforce law here? Is it like a different law code in this area? Would he know that?
I mean, home is the capital, but
Right.
kind of situation. You are respected and have authority, but it's not the same as like a paladin who carries the law of God with them everywhere they go. Each of the towns will sometimes have different rules depending on the barons, etc. The
Like, let's
rule
say,
of
like a
home is
New York
enforced through
detective.
barons, etc.
It's like a New York detective comes to a smaller, like, town.
A little bit, yeah. If you
And
ever
then
seen
the local sheriff's like, what the hell are you doing here?
yeah, this is my jurisdiction, boy.
Okay. So,
Kira's
would
about to
you
get
say...
fucking slapped.
So what would Leonhard's own perception be as in terms of how could he get away with this if he took this, like, to an escalation? Like, Would Leonhard
You
think...
would have to bring in enough reinforcements from the local law enforcement, which in this case would be Cherto. That's the nearest.
Gotcha. And that is a couple of days away.
Yes. That would be the way you get it. Like, you have authority, but that authority is limited. You can arrest... You can try and arrest someone, but there might be difficulties. You've got to somehow take them back to where the jurisdiction would be and then prove it. And until then, you are basically holding someone semi-legally.
Mm-hmm.
Citizens arrest!
Honestly though, I think at this point, with the treatment granted by Wolf and the way this whole thing has been going, the other people's constant unwillingness to cooperate, I think he would basically put it onto the test, and he also thinks of himself a little bit higher probably than is good for him in that case. So he would probably say, especially to Lady Kira, you leave me no choice, Lady Kira, as to arrest you in the name of Homeland Security. Whether you acknowledge this authority or not, I will take you with us, and you will have to put testimony in front of a court once we get to home.
Kira looks at everyone else. Are you all going to stand for this? Pathos looks at you all and goes, I do think that perhaps proof would be preferable. An accusation, perhaps. Do you have any idea or evidence as to who it might be? At this point,
either Lady
Shivari would
Kira
wipe down.
or you, Mr. Keep forgetting the name, goddammit. Mr. Gloombright.
Yeah.
If you think of yourselves as innocent, you need to do nothing but show us your belongings. And all accusations will be dropped immediately if proven false.
I have the freedom of privacy. I believe you are just stereotyping against me because of my choice in magical
Oh
area.
my god. Clap this fool, Leonhard.
Just because I'm a necromancer does not mean we are all evil.
What are we stereotyping if we ask for everyone? That is the opposite of doing that.
But I refuse. You have no evidence.
Holy crap. Okay, how far is Leonhard willing to take this, man?
And Shivari is down.
Leonhard
Shivari,
pops a
you're
blood
downstairs.
vessel.
Shivari, you're downstairs. At this point, you see Dis looking between them both, and then to Lady Albert, and then sees you and goes like mouths to you. Help me.
Oh,
Oh my god.
what is going on? Can I borrow this?
Yes, yes, you may. Just come to the kitchen. To the kitchens.
Fall
Yes.
into the kitchen.
Okay. Oh
I
my
guess
God,
at this
what
point, to give Shivari and Diz a little bit of time, there would be like a little bit of argument going on.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. There's a bit of yelling
Yeah,
going
yeah.
back and forth between two of you, where it's basically, "I am the law. How do we know?" kind of thing, back and forth. Who even are you guys? You said you were sent by the Baron. Some of you don't look posh enough to be sent by the Baron. Back and forth, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. This is in the kitchen with Shivari. Oh my God. Yes. Hi. Thank you.
Yes. You said that there was a key to a back door?
Yes. Yes. I let your friend out of it once.
Would you let me out briefly so that I could summon my familiar?
I'm not sure that's a good idea,
Why not?
because the killer is still out there, and I mean, I'm not sure who to trust anymore.
Right, but it would just be to step outside of the magical bounds.
Yes,
so
but
that they could...
if you
summon
can
it.
conjure something, that could mean you could unconjure something. If you have the gem, you might be removing it.
Do you want to search me for the gem? You are more than welcome to.
Shivari, was it?
Yes.
I study magic. I know there are ways to hide things.
All right.
I can't... Why should I trust you?
I am just trying to help. I just want to figure out what is happening. And if I can summon my familiar, I can maybe use my familiar to test the cup
Would-
upstairs and see if there's actually poison.
Would you let me let Gloombright detect you for magic? And if he detects anything illusionist, then no. If he detects... It doesn't detect anything, then sure.
He is welcome to do that. I do have, and then I'll let my disguise self fall. I do have this on.
He staggers backwards a bit. So you're not even who you say you are?
I am who I say I am. I just choose to change my appearance because, well, people's reactions are not always the greatest towards my type. I'm sure you can understand.
I mean... You can see he's having a big crisis in his head at this point. You can... Let's... Oh, come on. Heads to the back door and lets you out for long enough to summon Rosie. He's keeping an eye on you at all points. Everything you do, keeping an eye on your hands, listening to the words you say.
I'm super quick. Just step outside and try to summon her.
Yep. It was the second you're outside the mansion. Rosie.
Bring her back inside with me.
Okay. He leads you back through. It's partway through doing this that Kaizan, being the highest passive perception, would begin to hear the sound of running water. Kira then also perks up. What's that?
Is that water?
She looks to the door. As any of the rest of you look to the door, you begin to see water beginning to run underneath the door into the ballroom.
What is?
You can also hear up the stairs. It's several floors up, but you can hear splash, 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 splash.
We are not good detectives.
What is... If there was any evidence up there, that's gone now.
At this point, it would probably also just like float the body of.
There's not enough
All the
water to
feathers come
float. The feathers are definitely coming out, but there's not enough to float Papyrus down.
Not even for meme's sake.
Not even for meme's sake, we'll say.
Aww.
Sorry. Okay.
What in the heavens is going on, Wolf?
Wolf, you're like about a floor up at this point, still running downstairs, trying not to slip over.
Who's Roger?
Everyone begins looking at each other as Wolf bursts through the door, sliding a little bit on the water. At this point, Shivari would come back in as well, see the floor drenched, and Wolf
I would have
sliding
recast
into the room.
myself, by the way.
Okay, yep, no worries. Yeah, Wolf, you slide into the room.
Point Pathos. Who's Roger? I got the paper in my hand.
And that would be me.
So you lied about your name.
Yes, who would want to be called Roger?
What do you know about the charm person spell?
It was something that Lord Papyrus used to use a fair amount. It was one of his favorites.
How'd you get so fat?
How dare you? The rest you can see Wolf brandishing a book and a piece of paper.
Oof, what did you find there?
I kicked over the fish tank and I found this book and I show him the picture and then this book from the magic place and there's a spell and I don't think this guy is who he says he is.
You, kicked over the fish tank?
Okay, we all done things we're not proud of today, but that doesn't.
Yeah, you look at the stuff you see you see the page Wolf is holding up. It's like notes for the magic jar spell with
Oh yeah, I'm bad.
yeah, magic jar spell with the hashtag charm person ask Roger how this works, and the picture of Pathos, aka Roger, and Papyrus together.
Magic jar spell?
The magic jar spell. If you would like to see if you know what it is, you can be free to. I would say Kaizen and Shivari would be able to try and make an Arcana check each.
Sure.
Is that how the bird works? Is it a jar?
8 and 15. Shivari, you would know that the magic jar spell is, without too many details, a method of removing a soul from a body and placing it into a receptacle.
Oh.
Holy
That's
crap.
what Shivari would know. You would not know that yet. Wolf.
Yeah.
That's just what Shivari
No,
knows.
this is Dakota reacting. This is not Wolf.
And the hashtag was charmed person?
Hashtag charm person.
Okay.
Magic jar? Is that what that says in there? Woof.
Yeah.
Interesting. It does not the spell that I'm necessarily familiar with. Is what I know about it. About removing a soul and then putting it into something else.
Why do you know how this works?
Because I'm a necromancer.
I think he killed him, guys.
Did Lord Papyrus ever come to you and ask you to do that for him? Or
He
to
did.
teach him how to do it?
He did not. Not that I am aware of.
What happens to the jar, the body of a person whose soul has been removed?
The body of a person who has their soul trapped becomes despondent and the appearance of death. They are basically dead. If their body
So-
will continue to deteriorate.
You would say this is comparable and applicable to the state of Lord Papyrus?
If he wasn't faking, yes.
So you knew all this stuff and you chose not to share it. Why?
Didn't seem relevant.
We asked
they-
you if anything could
Sorry.
fake death, and you said
That
only
is not faking
illusions.
death, that is killing.
Leonard, can I hit him, please? Really?
Steady, Wolf. Your day, your chance might come soon, depending on the next answers of Mr. Gloombright. Mr. Gloombright, what are the preferred objects sorcerers and magic users such as yourselves would prefer to transfer these souls into?
Well, as the spell would suggest, jars.
So you could just keep somebody's soul in like a pickle jar.
Yes.
Well, that's dehumanizing.
Are we done? This interrogation appears to be going nowhere. Yes, I know of the spell. I think you are starting to again stereotype me because of my type of magic. If he'd burnt himself alive, would you suspect someone with fire magic?
Yes! Yes, 100%! The same
Leonard
reason we...
Ignores him and asks Kaizen, Wolf, and Shivari, were there any jars, any other comparable containers found in the study?
And there was a large vase. There was a... I don't know, the wooden, like, chest thing.
No, it just had pigeons in it.
Did
And
you
if it
even check
did-
his notes? Perhaps if you found his password, the bird would reveal his killer.
That is what they are still trying to find out, is the password. I have some ideas that I want to test.
Do you want me to get the bird?
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah.
Dis runs upstairs. A few moments later, of intense stare down. Dis is back with the bird that is repeatedly saying, "Password, password, password, password."
Hand me the bird, boy.
Dis looks at you. Just don't call me boy. Hands over the bird, which continues to say password.
And Leonhard just says, with a determined look, intently staring into the bird's eye, "Roger."
Password, password, password.
Rip.
Damn it!
Mm,
Try Papyrus, Kadrid, and Kira. Just to get those out of the way.
Is it magic?
Does so, mutters in Kadrid, Papyrus, and Kira.
Okay, it is magic. Not to answer Woof. So while Leonhardt is saying stuff, oh wait, it's the password magic you say?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I thought you meant is the bird magic. In which case, yes, it is.
I was like, oh my god, dumbest guy. I got so excited.
Okay. So Cadred, password. Papyrus, password. Kira, password.
Try magic. Try magic jar. Try necromancy. Try. I really miss my cat and I want to get out of here.
One final attempt for Leonhard before he surrenders the bird back to Diz.
Mm-hmm.
Charm person.
Record or playback? That is it.
Playback.
The little beak opens and Lord Papyrus's voice fills the room. Dear Diary, today I found out that Cherto's favorite... today I filled... oh shit, I've lost the name. Sorry. Here we go. Today I filled Legos's favorite scroll tube with hog shit from that hog that's been sick. I can't wait to see his face when he... Hold on. What's this? Look, bird. It's a package from Roger. What a surprise. You begin to hear paper rustling. I always really liked that... Ah! And playback.
I'm gonna give him a dirty look.
Leonhard immediately draws the sword again and just says, "Again, in the name of Homeland Security, one more move, one more further interference with law, and we shall draw weapons and use them against you, Mr. Bloombright."
That sham artist Papyrus wouldn't... sorry, I've lost the voice there. That sham artist Papyrus wouldn't be anyone if it weren't for me. We were apprentices together and he copied my notes. I'm pretty sure he stole my spell books too. He gestures at the leather-bound book that you guys are holding. His fame has always been unearned, and it's time he paid the price. Killing's too good for him and too easily remedied by a trip to the nearest country temple. So yes, I trapped his soul with the very spell he was never able to properly learn, and I would have gotten away with it too if it hadn't been for you meddling adventurers and your dumb dog and weasel.
And cat.
Cat's not here.
At this point, I think Leonhard would try to grapple him and suppress him and tie him up, or at least just
he
pin
steps
him
back
to the
as
ground.
he steps back as you step towards him. But I will not be going that easily. And as he opens his coat, and from outside of his coat fall bones, which begin to animate and begin to stand scattered around the room as several skeletons begin to animate. We're gonna move you
Spoon
guys
skeletons, or just
to proper skeletons.
okay.
Delicious, yummy bones.
Wait, so
Delicious.
he can conjure magic, although the
He did
manner
not
is
conjure. He was literally just had skeletons. As you see the bones fall away, there is skinny pathos, similar to the picture that you had
like,
underneath.
Oh, sorry, I understood spoons. So he had like tons of spoons and
Wait, what?
bones. It was bones. Okay.
Yes, no, yes,
Spoon
bones.
skeletons.
Spoon
That's what I was saying, like-
skeletons. Hang on, let me make sure I got the right amount of skeletons.
Cuddlery again.
Okay, that is the right amount of skeletons.
If you type in spoon skull on Google, spoon skeleton is the first result.
Really? Well, okay then. Alrighty. So, let me move you guys to the map, and then I would like you all to, once I clear the third order, please roll for initiative.
Spoony,
Holy crap.
scary skeletons.
Send shivers down your spine. Speaking of which,
Holy crap! That portrait of Mr. Gloombright is amazing, by the way. Like the kingpin.
a little bit, yeah. Alright, fight music. Bam.
Finally.
Finally. Shut
Oh,
up,
Kira
Alec.
looks like a bitch.
Who does, sorry? Kira?
Kira.
Please ignore the skeleton in the top right, because there's so many of them. I'm putting one up here for just initiative purposes.
Gotcha.
So they're all going to move on the same round. The second I find them, because I've somehow lost skeleton. There he is. There's me bony boy. Okay, and initiative roll. Okay, alrighty. Everyone rolled?
Not yet.
Okay. Let me zoom out the camera for everyone, get a better view of the battlefield. There we go. Okay, and descending order. Alrighty. Unsurprisingly, it is Kaizan who is first.
So they're like proper skeletons, or they're like there's spaces through the bones.
There are proper skeletons. There are spaces through the bones. They are bleached clean bones.
Alright, so arrows probably not very effective. Okay. Kaizan draws his short sword. Takes a actually before he takes a step forward, we'll bonus action Hunter's Mark.
Okay, on the nearest skeleton. Okay.
Yeah, the nearest skeleton. I'll,
Skelly
point
mark.
a sword towards him. Eyes him intensely. Take a step forward, and we'll go to take a slash with short sword.
Give him a boop. 12
Yeah,
is a
12.
miss.
Okay.
We're doomed. Guys, I miss.
A sword.
Alrighty, that it?
Yes.
Okay. Woof.
Alright. Who could have guessed this? I'm gonna go into an actual rage, not an excitement.
Also, for the sake of the audience, one person guessed correctly out of the party. And that person was... I'm pretty sure it was Jinxie?
It was, yeah.
It was Jinxie.
Was
The other,
me.
it was the person who predicted the killer correctly.
Yeah.
The other
Nice.
predictions were Kendrick predicted Laura Allename, Faye predicted Diz, and Crowan predicted Kendrick.
What?
So yes. Alrighty, so yes, Woof, continue. You are raged.
Alrighty. So I'm gonna run over to. Oops, that's the dice roller. Run over to here.
Okay.
Actually, just-
Yeah, remember you can be 10
Run
feet
over.
back from them, 5 feet back
Yep.
from them because of your thing.
run over here, and I'm gonna boop him with the stick.
Boop 'em with the stick.
Alrighty, recklessly, of course.
Okay. As a reminder, Kaizen, you're not wearing your armor to this party, are you?
Nope.
Okay, please bear that in mind. Alrighty, so
Yep.
reckless
30.
sticking.
Alright.
19. That is definitely a hit.
11 points of damage.
It's up, but that rocked it pretty hard.
Good.
It's just finished animating, and it's just it clatters at you.
I don't
yes,
like
my
it when the
skeletons are
bones
all.
fight back.
Yeah. Alrighty, that's your attack and your bonus. Do you want
Yep.
to move any further?
My bonus was a rage.
Yes. Do you want to move any further?
No, because then I don't get to help my allies.
Alrighty. Cool. Alrighty. It is Pathos' turn, who from the back of the room is going to look over at you all. How troublesome. And is going to... He's going to look over towards... look over towards one of the trestle tables. And is going to turn back to all of you and is going to cast Shatter. Which will hit everyone. So, could
What
I
on earth?
please have a Constitution saving throw, please, from everyone? Including Rosie.
Holy crap.
Because Emmy is not in combat, I'm not going to make Emmy roll.
Yeah, you better not.
Especially seeing as this would straight up kill Emmy.
The heck are these rolls?
What
You're
the
saving
fuck?
your rolls for the fight.
Dude.
Okay, so everyone fails. Oh wait, we need one from Rosie as well, please. Everyone fails.
Okay.
As-
Probably dead.
God.
A loud crack of sound comes out from the center. You all take... here we go. You all take 10 thunder damage.
Well, Rosie is no longer around. She only
Okay,
has one HP.
Rosie is bounced back to the Fey plane, the Fey ones, I believe.
I guess.
Okay. Also, several pillars are cracked. The glasses in the area are shattered. The floor is covered in broken glass and stuff, and you begin to see a water elemental comes out of the wall and begins severely getting in the way, beginning to clean up. Okay, that's his action, and then he is going to use his movement to move towards the trestle table, which I forgot to add, but it is back here, so he moves over, reaches inside one of the goblets of wine, and pulls out a large fist-sized stone. And then attempts to teleport, but can't.
Ooh.
As you see, he's grumbling to himself, and you hear Dis shouting from the side. Ha! Lord Pathos locked this at this mansion in order to get so that you'd have to have this key to teleport out or leave through the front. Oops. That is Pathos' turn. It is. I will remove Rosie from the initiative order because rip Rosie.
Rip.
And Move on to the skeletons. Do you want to put a little red X on Rosie? So actually, no, she bounced out, so I'll just move her to the top left.
Yeah, you can just move her out.
Okay. Skeletons! Many skeletons. They are going to begin to step up. Yo. This was just going to move right into the gap because screw self-preservation. It's a
attack him.
skeleton. Oh, sentineling. All right. Attack
Yep.
it. Because you cut its movement to 0 if it does that, if you hit, right?
Yep, not that it matters,
so it
but...
would be here if it does get stopped. So
Okay.
because it would be stopped when it reaches your range. So make the attack. 17 hits. That one is
Correct.
also looking very rough. These things don't have a huge amount of hit points. Okay. And its movement is stopped there. This one's then gonna move into this gap. This one to here. This one, how far can that one go? 25, 30, yep. Makes it to there. The water elemental does not attack. It is just tidying up. And this one can't make it all the way, but it will make it into Wolf's range, I guess. As it attempts to make its way round. Okay, so now attacks. One against Shivari from top skeleton.
At this point, Leonhard would hold his shield protective over her head and use
Okay.
protection.
That's probably good. Let's see if that would have made the difference. The first one was 23, the second one is 17.
My AC is 11, so.
Okay, so 5 points
Oof.
of piercing damage to you.
Aw.
Okay. Now 2 against Kaizan.
Yes.
Sorry,
Hellish Rebuke on it.
Hellish Rebuke. Dex save from the skeleton.
Yeah.
12.
That fails.
Okay.
Uh,
Roll for
Discuss a
damage.
Second. Doing 20 points of fire damage.
crap.
Oh, it's dead. It's real dead. That skeleton is down. Okay. Now we have 2 attacks against Kaizan. 18 to hit.
That hit.
6 points of piercing. And natural 1. The Hunter's Marked skeleton attempts to hit you, but accidentally hits his own brother's sword and ends up dropping his sword. Reaches to his back and pulls out a bow. And seeing as this guy hasn't moved yet, is going to attempt to move out of range, to move into bow range.
Attack of opportunity.
Yep, go get it. Smack it up.
15.
15 hits. Roll damage.
Alright.
11.
11 piercing plus.
Plus the Hunter's
my,
Mark.
Hunter's Mark for 6.
Clatter. It falls
Ooh.
into a pile of bones on the floor, dead.
Nice.
Okay. Now we have 2 against Woof.
Bring it on.
As you wish. 7.
Nope.
22.
Yes.
That is 7 points of piercing damage, halved because rage, so 3 points of piercing damage.
Nice.
And then the one that's out of range is going to, because he feels that he's being left out, shoot an arrow at Leonhardt. 17 to hit.
Does not hit.
Okay. And that is the skeletons. Leonhardt.
Okay, so as his reaction, Leonhard would probably yell towards Lady Kira and be like, Lady Kira, your services can be of utmost importance here to stop the murderer of Lord Papyrus. Stop this man, and points towards the fleeing Ponthus. Or what was his name? Ponthus?
Pathos.
Pathos. And then moves a little closer and attacks the skeleton in front of him.
Okay. You can see Kira is getting ready as you set up for your attack. She's pulling out weapons. She's not joined in at the beginning of the fight, but she pulls up and goes, I have another job to complete, thank you.
So what does she do? She draw her weapons
She
and
draws her
does
weapons, and says she has another job to complete. So she's joining in the next rotation.
Okay. And try to hit the skeleton. Nope.
You do not hit the
You have
skeleton.
advantage. You have advantage.
Oh,
'cause
you
you're within
do,
5
because
feet
you're
of
a
me.
rage of woof.
Oh.
Hey.
That's why I didn't want to
Nice.
leave. I got you,
Nice.
BB.
Woof, 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 woof. That's a hit.
Yay!
Which one were you attacking?
The one in front of me, so this one.
Okay, that one's dead.
Nice.
So you smack it down. Alrighty.
And that's it.
Okay. Shivari. Oh, I forgot to do something last turn, but I will. Shivari. You're muted, Faye.
Muted.
Oh, my bad. I move there, and then I want to cast Mind Spike on that guy.
On Pathos.
Nice.
Alright,
Mr.
that's an int
Pathos.
save, I believe.
Let me check. There's a Wisdom saving throw
Wisdom save, okay.
against my spell DC of 15.
He rolled a 15, meets the DC.
Aww.
Alright, on field save.
Well, it's a successful save, so yeah.
Yeah, look for. Is it just half damage or is it no
Yeah.
damage? Yeah, it's half damage.
Or half as much damage on a successful one. So, yes. So, how much damage?
So half of
Nice.
17.
8 points of damage. Alrighty. It's always rounded down. Okay. He takes that damage.
That is me turn.
Okay. At the top of the round, we're going to have a halftime break.
Oh, good. I was about to ask that.
Yeah. So, everyone, we are going to head to a quick break. I hope everyone's enjoying. The mystery was solved via Woof being the only person out of 5 rolls to be able to check a bookcase. That's how it goes sometimes. It can be unlucky. There were other ways to do it as well. Like, if you guys had managed to... Like, honestly, like I said, I wasn't caught off guard. If you guys had interrogated the birds, they would have absolutely been around to hear him saying his password.
I knew it, man. I knew it.
That was super. That was a superb idea. But yeah, there were several ways you could have found it, but you guys found it in the end. Now you just need to deal with it. Alrighty. Oh, wait, quickly. Before we do that, because he was hit by a damage, he must make a Constitution saving throw, Pathos.
Ooh.
For the skeletons.
No, but he fails, and you can see the gem in his hand grow hot, and he drops it. It bounces across the
Nice.
floor. I will draw a small little gem shape. Bloop, 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 bloop. There we go. Oh, it's grey. Why is it grey? That's not helpful at all. Okay, I'll draw a better one in a better colour. Purple. Let's do that.
Lime green.
I'm gonna do purple. Purple! Bam! Gem. It's the size of a person, apparently. Cool. Actually, yeah, so it's on the floor. Alright, cool. So yeah, we're gonna head to a break, everyone. We'll be back in a moment, in a short amount of time. Thank you, everyone who has been following, as that follow just pops up on stream.
Nice.
I will deafen you guys again, so you can chat amongst yourselves if you want to. We'll be back in about 3 minutes, everyone. So, alright, see you all in a moment. Thank you all for watching.
Alrighty.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, hello. When we stopped at the break, the group were able to ascertain via some great interrogation and investigative skills and also a little bit of fish tank destruction. They were able to ascertain that the culprit of the murder of Lord Papyrus was in fact Pathos Gloombright. Hashtag it's always a necromancer, and he would have gotten away with it too. But we are jumping back in at the top of the round of combat, and we're starting off with Kaizan.
Alright. Kaizan will point his sword to the skeleton. Bonus action. Move Hunter's Mark.
Okay, on to the nearest one.
Yes.
Alright.
And then take a swipe with sword.
Okay.
16.
16 to hit is a hit.
Ooh, 10,
10
piercing
plus-
plus
Nice.
2, 12.
It's barely up. It's not having a good day. Alrighty. You want to
Alright.
move?
Negative.
Aye. Woof.
Alrighty. Time to give him the angry stick.
Angry stick.
Rage stick.
Stick it to him, Woof.
Recklessly.
Recklessly stick it to him.
Nice.
Oh.
That is a hit. Rip on the second damage roll, though.
I know, right?
However, that is just over enough to kill him. I assume the one directly in
Okay.
front of you.
Yeah.
Okay, yep. Bleh. Crawls into a crumpled heap of bones.
Nice.
Looks like a discount Halloween decoration. Alrighty. Bonus / movement?
Who's got these guys? Yeah, I'm gonna chase after you, boy.
Okay. You are going to take an attack of opportunity from this, your boy.
He can't hit me.
Let's find out. Probably not, you're right, but let's see. Okay, that is going to be a 15 to hit.
He can hit me.
Okay.
Hmm.
He hits you. That is 8 piercing from him. Pathos is going to use his reaction, seeing you coming for him and seeing the skeleton about to swing, to use Touch of Death. On
Holy
reaction to an undead ally successfully hitting with an attack, Pathos could expend a spell slot to cause the attack to magically deal extra damage. So you are going to take 3d6, which equates to 7 points of necrotic damage.
What the?
The 8 is half to 4, though. Remember. I don't know if
I
you
know
half
that.
necrotic. Do you half necrotic?
No.
I hope
think so.
so. No, I think it's only slashing, piercing, and bludgeoning.
Yeah, I think
I think I get
other
better
damages is just
later
bear,
on.
totem, and your wolf. So
Yeah.
yeah. Okay. So
Wow,
you eat
spoilers. Tell
that
everyone.
as well. The people can see from your stuff. Alrighty. So that's your movement action bonus. You pass by the unconscious. I will move her sideways. Body of Lady Albert. Of Mrs. Albert, sorry.
I love her.
Um,
She's just chilling.
She is unconscious. She is fainted again. She woke up in time for the battle to start and then. Alrighty. That your turn, Woof?
Yes, that's my turn. Thank you.
Okay.
So what happened to Lady Kira?
Kira is in the initiative. She's after Pathos. She has her
Okay.
weapons out and is ready to move. You'll find out what's about to happen to her after Pathos. Pathos is going to, as part of his movement, pick up the gem again. As a bonus action, he is going to gesture over to the skeleton in front of Leonhardt. Arise! Arise. There is still work to do. And the skeleton comes back to life. It's not at. You can definitely see it's not full. It's definitely not at full vitality, but it does reanimate in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
Then for his action, he is going to look at Woof, and is going to attempt to cast Ray of Frost on Woof.
What?
Attempt to. Nope, just no. No, 9 does not hit you, I assume.
No, and I have dexterity. It's dex, right?
It's an attack.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's an attack roll.
Oh, okay. Okay, yep, nope.
Alright,
Misses.
then in that case, he's going to use his movement to begin running away from you and towards the door
Oh,
and
now he's
towards
even
Dis.
closer.
He is closer, but yes, he's also running towards Dis. Alrighty, that's his turn. Kira is going to run up to Dis,
Yeah.
weapons drawn, and attempt to stab him.
No!
Dis. Wait. As she comes in. That is a 24 to hit.
No!
And a 14 to hit. Both hit. And Dis is down.
No, Dis! Why would you do this?
Dis is down. As Kira holds up what you can see to be a very large sack of gold as she pulls the key from Dis's neck. Oh, sorry, darlings. Just business. She pockets the gold.
I mixed the portraits up. I thought Kira was the other lady. Okay.
No. Sorry. Alrighty. Kira is then going to use her
Crap.
bonus action to make it to here. She has the key. Fight amongst yourselves now. I have done my job. She's not out. She is still inside. The
Oh, dear,
skeletons. The skeletons. We're going to have one attack against Shivari.
Probably hit.
Yes, I assume 20 hits.
Yeah.
Okay. Leonhardt looks the least wounded, so he's not going to touch of death this one. So 5 points of piercing damage on you, Shivari.
Okay.
Okay. One skeleton attack against Leonhardt. Let's see if we get that touch of death off.
Okay.
21 to hit.
Did that hit, actually? What the?
8 piercing and 6 necrotic.
Okay.
And then we'll have one shoot an arrow at Kaizan and one shoot an arrow at Woof. Kaizan, 12 to hit.
Does not hit.
And Woof, 7 to hit. Definitely not. That is the skeletons. And Leonhardt.
With Leonhardt in the middle of combat while fighting a skeleton and getting touch of death, notice that what Kira did.
Oh yeah, you're facing this skeleton right now below you, the one that's dead.
Yeah.
So you absolutely see Kira run up, stab Dis, shake a bag of gold, steal his key, and run away. So you saw all of that.
I mean, kill.
Do you want her to be vulnerable? Because she could either attack
Absolutely
and be
not.
vulnerable, or
No, leave my puppy alone.
I guess, although that is of course a most regrettable thing, Leonard stays true to his mission, and the mission right now is to stop the necromancer. So, but Leonard tries, as to the best of his ability, tries to remember the features, the facial and outer features of Lady Kira, so he would recognize her again.
Okay, if you want to use a bonus action, I'll say it will decrease any DC you have later on to try to recognize her.
Yes.
Okay.
I would
then
like to
you
do that.
burn a bonus action for that. Roll perception anyway. Like you've already like decreased it a bit depending on how high the perception is. Might decrease it more. It's decreased by the
sorry.
original amount.
Yeah. All right. And then he decides to attack.
Oh, I didn't bring the gem with him. Yeah, Pathos did grab
skeleton
the
that-
gem. I did say sorry.
Oh, he did pick it up. Ball.
Yes,
Why would
as
you
part
do
of his
that?
movement because he needs it.
Right.
I did say I just didn't
then
move it
he's-
with him. Sorry.
Slaps the skeleton in front of him that's currently looking a little.
Slap that
know.
bony boy.
The bony boy. Yep.
You slapped
22.
that bony boy. He's still up, but you slapped him.
And then close his eyes for a bit. Wait a minute. Can I do that? Let me double check. Oh no, I already did my bonus action this turn. So
Yes.
that was it. That was it.
Alrighty, Shivari.
Alright. Okay. So within range, I'm doing Mind Spike again on him.
Mind spike.
So Wisdom saving throw DC 15.
He's already used his reaction, so we can't do that. Okay. That is a 15 again, so he
Oh.
succeeds. You can still track him, and he still takes half damage.
Oh, so half 21.
Half 21. Hot damn, 10 damage. Okay. Big oof to Pathos.
He also has to make a con check again, or did that
Yes,
not?
he does. He's holding the gem. Basically, if he's holding the gem, he has to make the check.
Okay.
Okay. That's a fail. Gem's on the floor.
Nice.
Gem's right next to him. I'll move it here so it's like nearest everyone. It's in his space, so there it is. Alrighty. That's your action. Bonus action, Shivari?
Nope, that is all.
Okay. Kaizan.
Okay, Kaizen will attempt to swing a sword at this skeleton to
Swing that sword.
finish. 22 to hit.
Yep.
So 8 piercing.
Don't worry about your hunter's mark. It
plus-
had 1 hit point.
Yeah.
It's a dead boy.
Okay. Then turning around, assessing the situation, Kaizen sees Diz on the ground and Kira running away,
Yeah, key in hand.
key in hand.
Blood dripping for daggers.
Yeah.
Well, sure.
As in
technically,
bonus.
Sorry.
Kaizen bonus action Hunter's Marks Kira.
Okay. Kira is marked.
Moves 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Right up
Early.
to
You're in
her.
range of her.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, and that'll be it.
Okay. Woof.
Alrighty. Let's go, big boy.
Alright. You walk over. As part
Yeah,
of
right over.
picking up objects is part of your movement. If you wish, you can pick up the gem.
I move 30 feet. I'm gonna stab him instead.
I mean, it doesn't matter. It's part of your movement. You don't burn movement for it.
Okay,
Part
then I'm
of your
100%
movement
picking
via
that up.
DMG, you can pick up or activate something, as long as it's not like magical. All right, you pick that up. The second you hold it, what ho! This is a bit of a prickly problem. If you wish, I can lend you my aid.
Who said that?
It is I, Lord Papyrus.
What are you? Why are you? You're dead.
Ah, but my soul is trapped within this gem. If you wish, I can release a bit of my power to assist you.
Yeah, that sounds helpful.
As you wish. Yeah, hang on. Everyone bring up a good point. I'm just going to move the turn order up here. Because it was blocking people. Alrighty. So,
Do I have to
Woof,
activate
you now
this?
have... Nope. Basically, as long as you're holding the gem, you can use your bonus action to cast the Firebolt spell.
Okay.
Using,
Wow, I am the least helpful person to use this.
is using your own instat. And it would also be a disadvantage because you're in melee range. But you could do it! It is an option you
Yeah.
have.
So can I cast it in a rage then?
Yes, because he is casting it through you. He takes over the body for a tiny bit of time. When we're gonna see your range is suspended but not interrupted.
Neat.
When he takes over the body.
Well, we are gonna have a lovely time doing that. All right. First of all, we're gonna stab this guy with our stick because we're mad.
Okay,
We're
stick
real
stab.
mad. Recklessly.
Reckless stick stab. That is a hit.
8 points of
8
damage.
Oof.
All right, and then we'll shoot a firebolt at this skeleton over here.
Okay, shoot a firebolt at the skeleton.
So what is it? It's a what's the roll? It's
It is an
intelligence
check plus proficiency for a spell attack.
okay. So that's
8 plus I think it's 8 plus intelligence modifier plus proficiency, if I had to guess.
okay. So that's 7 plus what's our proficiency right now? 2, 3. Check.
2.
2. Okay.
Oh no, wait, that's for saves. Oh shit, mate.
I
Hang
think
on.
is would be your int mod plus your proficiency.
Okay, so yeah, a
Okay.
d20 plus your int mod plus proficiency.
Okay.
So just roll a d20 and you'll get it. I mean, you can also just drag Firebolt from Compendium, and it will add to your spell list, and then you just select spellcasting mod as int.
12.
That is going to be a miss. It would also have been a disadvantage anyway because you're within 5 feet. It's a ranged attack.
I'm attacking this guy.
Oh yeah, you said yeah. Sorry. So either way, still
Yeah.
off into the distance. Sorry, I'm a bit rusty. I've never been a rock before.
You'll get him next time. I believe in you.
Thanks, bud. Okay. Alrighty. That your turn, Woof?
Yes.
Okay. Pathos is going to look over to the rest of the group. I need that key, Kira. You bitch. Is going to look over at the rest of you and just
Language!
go, stay occupied. And is going to cast, use his bonus action again to bring back the skeleton next to Shivari. And revitalize that to half health again. So the one next to Shivari is back up. Then going to turn to Woof. And it's going to attempt to cast Vampiric Touch on you.
Oh.
That is a 23 to hit.
Yeah.
That is 9 points of necrotic damage.
Oh my god.
And with that, he heals half of that. So he gains 4 whole hit points.
Damn, I'm not looking so hot. Just warning.
You also make a con saving throw to hold on to the gem.
Oh, right.
You hold on to the gem. You keep hold of Lord Papyrus' soul. Alrighty.
Nice.
Kira looks to Kaizen. I don't suppose you're just going to let me go?
You would assume correctly.
Ah, well, you should have kept an eye then. She's going to use her bonus action to disengage with cunning action, and run with full dash downstairs. Basically, because I don't have a second map for this, we're just gonna put her over here on the other side, and we'll, yeah. I'm just gonna have to keep track of how far away you are. Currently, her movement is 30 feet, and you're within 5 feet of her. She just moved 60. So she is 60 feet away from you, downstairs.
Alright.
Okay. That is her action and movement. Skeletons! Sword against Shivari. 15 to hit.
That hits.
5 points of piercing damage. Sword against Leonhardt.
Mm-hmm.
6 to hit.
Say again, sorry?
6 to hit.
That
Does it
does not
hit?
land. And with an elegant pirouette, Leonhard turns around and uses Riposte and spends one of his superiority dice.
Alrighty.
So we get a free attack.
Free attack. Get it.
That is an 8.
That is a miss.
Aww.
Worth a try. Bow attack against Leonhardt.
Mm-hmm.
Nope, just nope. And bow attack against Kaizan. Also no. I assume your AC is more than 8.
Yep.
Okay. Skeletons are done. Leonhardt.
Okay, Leonard closes his eyes real quick, focuses on a red-haired lady, and as the image transforms in his mind, he gains a little bit of health back using Second Wind.
Second wind. Alright.
That is a roll d10 plus my fighter level, which is 4.
Nice.
13 hit points. Hop down.
Nice.
You just healed more hit points than most people in here have.
Okay, and then he slashes the skeleton here in front of him.
Slash it. That's a hit. That one is down.
Nice.
Okay. Still the image of that lady in his mind. He finds new energy, action surge,
Okay.
and then commands, or tries to command, use Commander Strike, and orders Shivari to gain another attack.
Okay.
Shivari, you can do this!
Do I attack right now?
Yes, you can choose whatever you want to attack.
Can you use spells with that?
I would
say.
I mean, I can post the.
If you could, that'd be lovely. Because I hadn't thought of that. Spiritual attack, you can use your action to make one weapon attack.
One weapon.
A spell is not a weapon attack, I'm afraid.
Well, she's not I guess she has a dagger on her right now.
Want to stab
That
someone?
is the only. I suppose that would be what she has to do.
Stab that skelly.
Stab the guy next to her, I guess.
Stab it! I mean, if you hit it, you add the superiority die to the damage roll, but no, sorry.
Close.
Didn't think she'd hit it.
Oh, well. Alrighty. Leonhardt, do you want to move?
Yes, he's gonna scooch in. Let's go here for. And yep, that's it.
Okay. Shivari.
I'm going to use Eldritch Blast on the guy next to her.
Okay,
Yeah.
that is a disadvantage.
Mm. 14.
Still enough to hit, but not enough to knock him down. Still up.
That is it.
Alrighty. Kaizan, you saw Kira peace out downstairs very fast.
Yeah. Kaizen will take Chase and Kira, going as far as he'll need to move before she's in like sight for a
That'll
longbow
be-
attack.
15, 20 feet, we'll say.
Alright. Kaizen will move 20 feet. And she's
Okay.
marked. Take out a
She
longbow and draw one of the +1 arrows that he bought.
Nice.
And with sharpshooter, we'll shoot. at
Okay.
Kira. So this will be +1 too.
Okay, so that's already with the modifier. So wait, so you've already got the minus from sharpshooter on that?
Yeah. So 5 in
you?
total. Yeah.
Or in
So it
D20,
would
more than
be-
20 plus dex minus 3.
It's
Plus
normally
2.
+9, -5.
Oh
+1.
yes, that's it. Well, either way, it does not hit her, but you do see the water has managed to flow down from this floor further downstairs. You can see another suit of animated armor. Please roll damage as your arrow into the animated armor. Oh, it's dead.
18.
It's super dead. As the animated armor.
Mm-mm-mm.
And maybe she trips over that because it was so bad it was good.
Mm. We'll see.
Kaizen will use The rest of his movement.
You can get within 30 feet of her. Unless you have a waste bonus action dash.
No. To chase or not to chase?
That is the question.
The classic video game question.
Kazan will chase.
Hell yeah, the classic video game answer.
Good choice.
The hero gives chase.
Hey! Roll credits. Show's over, everybody. Good night. Alright, so you get within 30 feet of her. I'll move you just.
Yeah,
next to her.
Kazan will move his max movement towards her. Kazan is 35 feet. total
Oh, then you're within
movement,
25 feet of her.
Yeah.
You'd be faster than her. I'll put that on her sheet, how far away you are. There we go.
Okay.
Have that marked. Alrighty. That it?
Yes.
Okay. Woof!
Woof! Gonna hit this guy because he's tired of getting struck by the stuff. Recklessly.
Recklessly.
Eleven
Okay.
points of damage.
That hits. He's starting to look a little shaky.
Okay. And then I will fire the bolt of fire at this guy.
Okay, pew pew.
Alright. 3 to hit!
That's a no. Why is it so hard to aim from a stone?
I'm not very good at helping either, so
Oh, you're doing fine. Don't worry about it.
I'm a good boy.
You're a very good boy. Alrighty. Pathos is going to. Ooh, does he want to do that? That's an excellent question. He's gonna use his action to disengage, seeing the key to his escape disappearing downstairs. He's gonna use his action to disengage.
Oh no!
Oh no!
don't
Wait,
do
no, he
that.
can't. He needs the gem. So no, he's staying right where he is, and he's going to. He's gonna.
Oh, I still get to hit him even if he disengages. So
Yeah,
haha.
But he needs to stay because he needs that gem. So what he's going to do is he's going to stay, and he's going to attempt to cast blindness deafness on you to blind you. So please roll me a Constitution saving throw.
That's an important one.
Sorry, you're good at these. You're good at these.
Alright, let me just scroll.
That's not enough. You are now under the blinded condition, meaning all your attacks have disadvantage.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
It's no damage, so you don't immediately drop the stone. He is going to use his bonus action to arise, skeleton, arise, and bring up the one in front of Leonhardt. He sees you blinded. That would be a bonus or an action. No, he's not gonna try and wrestle the stone from you as part of his movement. That's not cool. Alrighty. Cool. Kira's gonna look at the downed animated armor in front of her, turn around and see Kaizan with the bow. Were you trying to shoot me?
The next one is for you.
Oh, God!
I should go first then. Pulls out a hand crossbow and returns fire.
Holy shit.
Oh my God! Kaizen,
18 to
you're
hit.
So cool.
18 hits, yeah.
That is 8 points of piercing damage.
Alright.
Doesn't get sneak attack. She's then going to move moves 60 feet, gets another floor down. So she is now 85 feet away from you, using cunning action as the dash. Okay. And that's her. Skeletons! 1 for Shivari. 10 to hit.
Oh, that doesn't hit.
Nice.
I love your surprised. Oh.
I have 11 AC, so I just
Oh,
expect
neat.
it to mostly hit.
Alrighty. 2 swords against Leonhardt. 7. And natural 1. That guy drops his bow. Drops his sword. Pulls out a bow. The guy who already has his bow out. Shot against you. 19 to hit.
Sorry?
19 to hit from the guy with the bow.
19 hits.
Okay, that's 7 points of piercing.
Okay. Yep. And against the guy that rolled a 7, he's going to attempt another pirouette and
Okay, that's going
try
for
to
you.
riposte again.
Riposte it. That's a
Nice.
hit. Roll
And
your
now we're gonna
superiority dice to
add-
add to it.
Yay, that's what I want to do. 5
He's down.
extra damage.
He's down again.
Nice.
Repulse damage did it.
Haha!
That's repostable.
Is this possible? Alrighty, and now it's your turn.
He mumbles to himself, will this never end? And takes another strike at the skeleton in the bottom this time.
Alright, make the attack. Well, as you yell that, you hear over from the distance. The best part about the undead, killing them is only a minor setback. Stop that! As that skeleton goes down as well.
And he's then going to move closer to this one.
Mm-hmm. Alrighty, Shivari.
I will Eldritch Blast onto Pathos, actually.
Okay, take the shot.
18 with 7 force damage.
That hits. He's not pleased. But he's still up.
That is my turn.
That's your turn. Alrighty, Kaizan. She is a floor down and 85 feet away from you. So I'm bringing up an excellent point. No, it is not. Thank you for the question, though, Shad.
Kaizan moves 35 feet. Will he also get down the stairs?
You get downstairs. Hang on. Well, let's find out. The rooms are 100 feet across. No, you would not, because you were only 30 feet into. You're only like a couple feet into the room.
So I'm only 30 feet into the room. So and the
With
rooms are how
35
far
feet
away?
movement, you're now 50 feet exactly behind her. But she is a floor down. She's about 10 feet into the room, but downstairs.
Okay, Kaizan will take an action to dash
Okay, you make another
and
35
go like
feet.
down the stairs, but not enough to where she could turn and shoot me. Wants to like remain like right by like the
Okay, well, I'll put
like the
you.
staircase or whatever, but
Okay, I'll put you 35 feet behind her. We'll say you save 10 feet of movement to stay on the stairs.
okay,
So
just
you're
enough
currently
to
your full
where...
movement behind her, and you're currently in cover. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Well, here's a question: do you want to be fully hidden, or do you want to be in like partial cover? Because you could put yourself in partial cover and gain extra 5 feet.
Partial cover 5 feet.
Partial cover would give you like I'd say this is half cover, so it would give you a +2 or 3 to AC. I would double check for you.
Stay in full cover
Okay, makes sense.
with the 5 feet.
Makes sense. Cover is... screw you. Why does it always just take you to the combat page? What a pain in the
I
butt.
hate that.
What a pain in the butt. Give me cover. Bam. Yeah, half cover would be +2. So, yeah, you remain hidden. Okay.
Yep.
Alrighty. Woof! You are blind!
All right, I'm real mad. Like
Real mad.
swinging around the pimp cane, real mad. So I'm still gonna try and just hit this guy recklessly. So that would be regular.
Yes, it would be a regular attack.
Yep.
All right, let's do it.
That's a miss.
Not enough.
Blindness
okay.
saving his butt.
Oh my. Oh. Okay, that's all I can do.
So how does blind work? Always at a disadvantage the attack, or
Basically, you are if you're blind, you have disadvantage on the attack until you are unblind.
okay?
You do your fireball.
At the
thing
end
still?
of your turn, however, you get to remake your con saving throw to try and not be blind.
Oh yeah, I can do my fireball, so I'll do that at disadvantage.
Okay, yeah, because disadvantage does not stack. So just blind. Of course, this is going to be the one you hit. into the distance blindly.
A 6.
6. Okay, no luck. All right, but you do get to remake your con save to try and be unblind. De-blinded. Taking the blinders off the woof. That's a success. You are no longer blind.
All right, motherfucker, I'm coming for you.
Alrighty. Well, it's his turn. He was just getting ready to leave, and then he sees your eyes, irises, whites, all of them had turned black during the blindness, completely obscuring your vision. And he's just getting ready to leave in the 6 seconds that happens. And then you turn around, and then you turn back to him after firing a fireball wildly off into the distance, and your eyes are back to normal again, and he freezes in place. This is unfortunate. He's going to attempt to vampiric touch you again because he's not looking good. He has advantage thanks to Reckless. That is 18 to hit.
Yep.
8 points of necrotic damage.
Fuck.
And he heals for 4.
At this point, how beaten up does Wolf look?
I'm fucked.
Woof, before the attack, looked better than Paphos, now looks worse. As
Okay.
Paphos does heal a little bit for the drain.
I hold on to the rock.
Yes, you do. Pathos is gonna have issues with his decision making. Yeah, Pathos is just gonna bring back another skeleton. Brings back the one above Leonhardt again. He's definitely looking shaky. He's gonna look around, see everything's going pretty badly. And he's gonna attempt to run for it. So make your sentinel attack. Woof.
Alrighty. Oh, come on!
That's a miss, sorry. He makes it to here. I am coming back for that rock. Stay away from my rocks, Roger! Alrighty. Kira is gonna make it over to the door, but is gonna have to spend a turn working out how to use the key, as there is no keyhole. She is able to unlock the door, but that is gonna be her action, so she can't dash any further.
So how far did she? She said she was 10 feet into the room before.
Yes, she is
And
now
then-
at the other end of the room, so that is another 60 feet, so she's 70 feet. She was 35 feet ahead of you. Now she is 105.
There you go.
No, wait. 95. I can count. I can count. Alright, at the other end of the room. Okay. She's able to unlock the door. Okay. And skeletons. 1 against Shivari. 18 to hit.
That hit.
6 points of piercing damage.
Ow.
Ow, indeed. 2 against Leonhardt, one of them with a short bow because it dropped its sword. Which means it's a disadvantage. 15
Yep.
on the one with the sword.
Yep. He's gonna do a riposte attack against the sword-wielding skeletons.
So did the 15 hit or did the 15 miss?
No, 15 doesn't hit. No.
Okay, so riposte the sword one. That's the one above you.
Nope.
Oh god, roll 20's having a couple issues. Yep, that's a miss. And now the short bow one, 14, so also misses.
Yes.
As it
Yes.
tries to point blank shoot you. Leonhardt.
Okay. After all this pirouetting and fighting, you can see that there's individual sweat drops forming on his forehead. But there's still a little bit of battle master prowess within him, and he turns his head over to Wolf, who, as you can see, looks pretty beaten up at this point, and he says, "Wolf, a true hound does not give in that easily," and uses rally to restore a little bit of health, or grant a little bit of temporary health.
Nice. How many superiority dice do you have, by the way?
4, and that was my last one. That's why he's starting to
Okay.
sweat.
Understood. Alrighty, so yeah, roll that superiority dice. Plus charisma.
Yes, 8 points.
Eight points of healing
thank
too?
you,
Woo.
friend. Oh my gosh, you have no idea. I had less than 5.
That's
You hit-
temporary hit points, though.
I have 2.
That's
That's
fine.
that's still good. The rock in Wolf's hand it says, "Even I feel inspired. That was beautiful. If I could shed a tear." Alrighty. You still have. That's your bonus action, I believe.
That's my bonus action, and then I'm gonna. Which one was the sword-wielding one? This one?
That is the one above you. Sword to above, bow to the right.
Okay, go for the sword, and takes a normal attack.
The water elemental is currently washing Emmy.
Oh, my puppy.
It is now a very clean puppy.
Yeah, I missed that one too.
Yeah, it does. Alrighty. Do you want to move?
Actually, I don't want to move.
Okay. Shivari. This guy's been really low on health for a while now.
The skeleton or Pathos?
the scout might be both.
Well, I'm going to continue throwing Eldritch Blast at
Eldritch
Pathos.
Blast.
19 with 8 force.
19.
Let's go!
Oh man. He was going to shield that. He shields as he sees it coming. And the Eldritch Blast hits the shield and pierces through it right on the AC with shield. How do you want to kill Pathos?
So, pretty much this entire time, she's been very angry at him for taking Rosie away. So, with her final Eldritch Blast, she just channels her rage into the blast and powers through the shield and hits him in the chest.
Pathos, wearing a really oversized coat at this point, falls as the coat just covers him completely. Falls to the ground. Taken out. Papyrus says from Wolf's hand, "Shame, I liked him. It's fine, we loosened him up for her." Alright.
Let
See,
it
this
go.
one's just a minor setback.
I like you. Sorry about the volume of that laugh there, audience. Alright. Shivari, bonus?
So
Nope.
do the skeletons crumble?
They do not. Once they're created, they stay around. Now they're just not under
Damn it.
control.
I was kind of hoping they would do that. Oh well. Yeah, my turn is.
Okay. Kaizan. You're at the top of the
Alright,
stairs. You are
another
currently
question.
95 feet away.
So, is this bottom room smaller than the other rooms, or is it the same size?
It's just a little smaller.
Okay. Kaizen will take a couple steps down the stairs, see Kira like fiddling with the door, and go to take a longbow shot with another +1 arrow.
What is your longbow range?
Well, with sharpshooter, it's like 600 feet.
Oh, then you're fine. Is that a disadvantage range or the regular range?
That's the disadvantage, but sharpshooter, I don't have disadvantage.
For shooting a long
With
range?
long
No,
range.
you don't. Alright, so
Yeah.
take the shot.
That's +1 because the +1 area. So 16.
That's a hit.
Oof. Okay.
Get her.
So 19 piercing plus hunter's mark. For an extra 3 is 22.
Okay. She's up, but you
Alright.
see her almost get pinned to the door with the force. And she's just got the key. She works out, taps the key on the door. Key glows, door glows. She begins to open it and just head first into the door and just staggers back dazed with an arrow sticking out of her back.
If you take another step, the next one is through your head.
As a free action, she's going to turn around after taking way more than like 4/5 of her hit points and just raises both hands.
She raises both hands and like
Drops
surrendering
the
motion?
crossbow, drops the key.
Oh. Alright, because I'm gonna take the rest of his movement to move forward until. Yeah.
Okay,
That'll
so
be the end of his
full
turn at
30,
that
full
point.
35 towards her, so you're 60 feet away.
Yeah.
Okay.
Still like bow aimed at her in case she goes to try
And
any
he's just
stuff.
kidding and fires another shot.
By the way, I'm level 5 now. Alrighty, woof. Pathos is dead. Leonhardt is surrounded by skeletons. Shivari has a skeleton next to her and is not looking good.
Healed.
Okay. Oh, I guess I can. I can't get to her. There's like dash and
You can firebolt it. I believe.
yeah, I'm gonna firebolt it. Okay, yeah. Let's
What, the
do
one
it.
next to Shivari?
Yeah.
Alright, you're not blinded, you're not in melee range, so regular firebolt.
Fucking hell! Come on.
Look, I feel like I should claim some responsibility for this. What's your name, by the way?
Oh, woof.
Woof! I feel like I should claim some responsibility for this, Woof. It's my spell.
Right, and then I'm gonna stab the other guy.
Stay a bit.
Alrighty.
Reckless
I'm
or
coming
normal?
for you, Shivari. Don't worry.
Reckless or normal?
Of course it's reckless.
Alrighty. Bit of snoot. 19 is a hit. It's up. That one is the only one that has not taken any damage so far this fight.
Wow.
No longer. Now it's on its last legs.
Skeletons keep popping back up.
Yeah. That's true. Alrighty. That it, Woof?
Yeah.
Athos is no longer on the turn order. Okay. Alright, move on to Kira, who remains hands up. She is surrendering at this point. No amount of gold is worth dying to her.
Sweet. Cool.
She remains surrendering. Skeletons. 3 remaining skeletons. I'm going to save Shivari for last.
No, the tease.
With Woof arriving, bottom one is going to shortbow against Woof, because it's still got a
Okay.
shortbow. Disadvantage 8 to hit. Nope.
Nope.
Now the short sword one against Leonhardt. 16 to hit.
No.
And Shivari. 11 to hit.
That is my AC.
3 points of piercing damage.
I am down.
Shivari's on the floor. Shivari's on the floor. Okay.
Okay.
Leonhardt.
As Leonhardt sees Shivari drop unconscious to the floor, he kind of forgets that there's 2 skeletons standing right next to him. Whether it is of knighthood or the fear to lose his best hairdresser, you do not know, but he recklessly charges straight towards.
Okay, you're going to take attacks of opportunity from both skeletons.
He's willing to take those.
Okay, short bow, 6.
No.
Short sword, 23. So 5
That
points of
hits.
piercing.
Okay. And immediately grabs out of his pouch a regular healing potion and
Nice.
tries to chug it or tries to force it in
Okay,
onto
that is a full
Shivari.
action, but
Go for it.
that is a thing you can do. So roll for the healing potion.
How much is that?
It's a
a
basic
regular
healing
one?
potion, so I believe it's 2d4 plus 2.
Yeah, I think
Someone
it's.
want to correct me on that if not. Potion
No, I
of
think it's
healing.
2d4 plus 2.
Yeah.
Potion of healing, 2d4 plus 2. Hooray. Thanks, Brain.
Okay. And gets 6 HP.
Shivari is conscious again, healing up to 6.
I'm alive.
And that was the only healing potion we had. I think.
So well spent.
I think so.
1 potion. Alrighty,
To
you have a
save the hairdresser.
alright. You have a bonus action, Leonhardt, if you want to use it.
Don't think I can use anything. No, I'm pretty much dry, so that's it.
Bonus
Alrighty,
action, middle fingers.
Shivari, you are conscious but prone.
I will shakily stand up
Half movement, cool.
and turn towards the skeleton and try to Eldritch Blast it.
One more time.
Just one time.
Yay!
Hit and exactly enough damage.
Holy crap!
The skeleton goes down in a comedically xylophone-esque sound.
Like holding her side where one of the wounds was like, thank you, Leonhardt.
Alrighty.
That is her turn.
Kaizan, want to do anything with your... Want to do anything?
Yeah, Kaizen will use 60 feet of movement to get to Kira.
Okay, so action to dash.
Yeah, action to dash.
You are in range.
And then, well, basically, Kaizen wants to, like, bind her hands, like, pick up her crossbow and, like, bring her back upstairs.
Okay, she lets you tie her hands.
Say, do not try anything. We are coming back up.
She looks at it. She looks at the blood dripping on the floor behind her from where she turned round. Yeah, I'm good. Don't help me or anything. That's your turn. Woof.
Alright, I have had it with the bones, so...
I'm sick and tired of these mother-loving
Motherfucking
skeletons.
bones.
Wait, bones is better. These mother-loving bones in this mother-loving home.
Oh, that's my inventory. There we go. Recklessly, always. The last dying breath. 14.
Hit on the one directly in front of you.
Yep, this guy right here.
It's down.
Good.
There is one more skeleton.
And I'm gonna attempt to blast him.
Attempt to blast it.
him.
Blast
Nice.
it. You hit it. Alrighty, so hang on, let me check something. Let me
Yay!
check something quickly.
You're nuts.
So the damage for this, because you cast it at his level, not yours, is
He's
that
fed
is
it would be done.
2d10 damage.
14 damage. Double
It is-
sevens.
Even if it was at full hit points, it is one shot. As finally he goes, "Ah, man, that friend of yours sure is inspiring. I feel so much better." Ha! And the rest of you see. I mean, how would you like to act it? 'Cause he's taking over your body.
Okay, you just see him put the pike down to one side. He pulls the hand with the rock back, kind of just surges forward, and a firebolt shoots out and explodes all over. It smells delicious.
The bone.
Actually, no, it doesn't because it's bones.
the
smells
bone
delicious
is
to woo.
blasted.
Got some chew toys there.
Yeah. The bones are blasted as one final action of control over your body before he gives it back with that bonus action. Lord Pyrrhus forces you to do a wink and double finger guns. And
I'm fine with this.
and with that, you guys are out of combat. Whew. Well done.
Shavari will limp over to check on this.
Okay. Make a medicine check.
Okie dokie. Check. Not the greatest.
Mr. Papyrus, if I
He's
were
dead.
to just like, oh
It does not seem that this survived, fortunately.
no! Why?
So, you're saying, Shabadi, this is dead for good?
It appears that way, yes.
You hear from the ground underneath the giant coat.
Step on him!
That was a terrible joke. He pulls his coat off him a little bit. You can see he is bleeding out horrendously. Even if I wasn't already going to be back one day to kill you meddling kids and your dumb dog and weasel and stone wizard asshole, I'd come back just for that pun. I'll be back, and you'll be sorry. Flops back to the floor.
Well then, good riddance. One necromancer less to worry about.
Mr. Papyrus, if we put you back by your body, could you go back to it, or are you a rock forever?
I have no idea! I really wanted to ask Roger how to cast that spell. He never told me. I didn't get the chance to charm him. That was my plan tonight.
Well, that's a good plan. I'm sorry you died.
Oh, it's fine. I'm sure if we find someone with some kind of strong magical ability, then might be able to put me back in my body. Fancy
We?
carrying me around for a bit?
I'm gonna cover the rock. Guys, I don't know if I could feed any more pets.
I do not know if I require sustenance.
The mere thought of having a smelling, rotten body in our cart is...
How dare you, sir?
Leohar, he's your friend's friend.
Not wrong, not wrong.
Pardon my attempt at humor. Of course, it is our duty to escort your body with us until we find said magic user who is capable enough to fulfill the act.
Thank you, brave souls. Might I know the name of my saviors?
Oh, my name is Woof.
We have become acquainted, Woof. I like you.
Oh, I like you too. Well, that's Leonhardt. He's really nice and good at fighting, even though he's kind of a bully sometimes. And Shivari is the second purest lady I know, and Kaizen's downstairs. You'll get to meet him later.
At this point, Kaizen comes upstairs with Kira.
Oh, hey!
I found this one trying to escape. It's like holding on to Kira.
Good work, Kaizen. Good work. That saves us a lot of trouble, and Leonhardt takes pleasure in saying this. I hereby officially call you prisoner of Homeland Security, and there's nothing. He takes a very short pause. There's nothing you can do about that, young lady.
Who are you talking about? I don't have eyes!
Your girlfriend killed Liz. So we killed your girlfriend. Oh, well, we have your girlfriend prisoner.
You bitch!
I'm sorry about your friend. Sorry for your loss.
Oh, it is unfortunate. He will be missed, and I will remember him. Look, it was just business, darling. I was paid to kill an adventurer. He was the person I was paid to kill. Simple as that. I've succeeded. I would have gotten away and been able to continue working, but I guess now some time in jail is going to be required.
At this point, Leonhardt walks closer to Shavati, and what are you wearing, Shavati?
Well, she has her party dress on that's now all torn up from getting sliced
Several
by a
stab
skeleton.
wounds, a little bit of bone
Okay.
dust.
Some blood from her wounds.
Shavati, I beg your pardon, but would you mind me cutting off a slice of your dress?
It is already pretty ruined, so go for it.
Of course, otherwise I would have never laid hand on it. And then he cuts off a piece of cloth and uses it to silence Kira. Takes
Ooh, with the
quite a
dirty
lot of pleasure in it.
dress.
She scowls very hard through the very nice material.
Kaizen starts to take stuff off of her person, like
Okay.
investigating what's on her.
Yeah, make investigation.
So now there's at least some stuff. 11.
Okay. You find a short sword, a hand crossbow, some standard leather arm. No armor actually. So yeah, a short sword, a hand crossbow, and 28 bolts.
Kaizen does know that she had like a.
Oh, and the
saw
key.
a sack of something earlier.
Oh, what? Sorry.
Like, and Kaizen knows that she had like some other stuff on her, so like keep trying to like search until finds other stuff.
Okay. You're able to find also
'Cause you, like-
two daggers, another short. These aren't hidden. 2 daggers, another short sword, a hooded cloak. What appears to be the materials to put together another crossbow, but it's not strong. You find 2 bottles of poison.
Okay.
This is a ingesting poison as opposed to drinking poison.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, ingesting poison as opposed to drinking poison. Ingesting poison as opposed to contact or wound poison. Because there are different types of poison in D&D.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
If you want a more specific thing, you would have to check it in some way.
Yeah.
Yeah, the types of poison are ingested, inhaled, contact, and injury.
All right.
Alrighty. What else you guys like to do?
Shivari wants to search through Pathos and see if he has anything that would maybe assist in helping Papyrus.
Okay, make an investigation check.
Oh, there's my investigation.
There it is, just in time.
Could have used that earlier.
Yeah. He has a dagger on him. What appears to be a components pouch. A very, very oversized coat. Several spare bits of bone attached. A little bit. His coat is very padded to hide the lumpiness of the bones.
Mhm.
Otherwise, doesn't really appear to have a huge amount on him. He's not even wearing armor. Yeah.
If she goes through his component pouch, would she happen to find 10 gold worth of incense?
I have no idea why you would ask such a thing. Let me look what the components for a spells are, and if any of them have anything component related that is monetarily wise, you would be able to remove it. So far, not looking like it. Yeah, no dice, I'm afraid.
Okay. After looking through his...
Oh, he is also. Oh, he is also carrying 400 gold on his person.
Nice. You can buy it.
Does not seem that he has anything that might help with the situation with Papyrus, but there's 400 gold that we can maybe use to try and help Papyrus. Would Shavari know of spells that can suspend a body from decomposing?
You would. Well, actually, maybe. Make a Arcana or Religion, because that spell's cast a lot by clerics. So Arcana or Religion, or Medicine. Fuck it, any of those would do.
Do it, Arcana.
Okay. You know of the Gentle Repose spell. That would definitely do the job. Anything else, anyone?
I do know that there is a spell that we could use to try and prevent Papyrus from his body from deteriorating.
Sorry, I ran to the restroom.
It would
Is it close?
It would probably require some type of cleric to do. I don't know if there's any nearby.
Leonhard, is there some, don't know, church or something nearby?
I guess I'll do what do I know? History check or
Probably history.
yeah. 11.
11. The nearest church is probably in Holm.
Have we already spoken to Lord Papyrus about this matter?
What? Sorry,
that's
I was
a good
dozing.
Idea. Do you know where there's a church nearby so we can keep your body from getting gross?
Oh, no, don't worry about that. If you check in my office, there should be in one of the vials a scroll that it should be in a scroll tube, the ability to cast that spell.
Oh, awesome!
Also, if you're heading up there, could you please, if I'm going to be gone for a while, leave enough food for the fish and the birds? There's some birds in the chest, don't you know? There's also probably some in my sleeves. They will need feeding too. Just don't let them out. They'll make quite the mess.
Okay, we won't do that.
Do we hear him, or is this
Yes,
only,
it's out loud.
Okay, I wasn't sure. This like a telepathic thing.
I mean, technically, to answer, he takes over Wolf's body
Okay.
and
You
speaks.
sound
through
like Lord Papyrus. When that
I mean,
happens, or
Wolf,
something.
how would you say? Do your best impression of Lord Papyrus from what you've heard.
So you want me to do a Papyrus and Wolf impression? Okay.
Just so people would know what it would sound like.
Yes, quite. Well then, if you go up to my study, in the scroll case, there should be
Yes, that's
the
what he
ability
sounds
to
like.
cast that spell.
That's what he sounds like.
That is
I will
quite
go
frightening, actually. That speaking through your body, Wolf.
Does Wolf's posture and gesture also change when
Oh
Wolf
yes,
Papyrus
it
is
becomes
talking?
significantly more flamboyant. moving around, gesticulating, moving as if he's got really big sleeves, trying to create large sweeping motions. Punch the mic there for a second. If you head upstairs, for example, you'll find a small scroll tube, which will give you the ability to cast the gentle repose on my body.
Alright, I will go and try to find it. I'll go upstairs to get the scroll.
You find some scroll
Look for it.
tubes, you open them up and take a quick peek at some of them. There are actually a couple scrolls here, so I will... you are able to copy rituals, I believe, aren't you?
Yes.
Then I will send you these after the session.
Cool.
But one of them is Gentle Repose, which... I need to check a thing. Gentle Repose... Basically, I need to check. Ooh, that's inconvenient. It can only be learnt by a cleric or a wizard, meaning that you need a cleric or a wizard to be able to cast the scroll.
What? I thought anybody could cast it.
Maybe? Let me check scroll rules. I do not
Let me
know.
look up.
Who can use scrolls? 5e. In the meantime, the water elemental and the air elementals are slowly sweeping up. The animated armor, still incredibly dented from Woof's attack, has arrived downstairs and is currently mopping up the floor down here as well, assisting out.
So, for Book of Ancient Secrets, it does say you can inscribe magical rituals into your Book of Shadows, choose 2 first-level spells, blah, 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 blah. Spells don't have to appear.
In effect, this implies that anyone can try to cast a spell using a scroll. However, the entry
this
states that if
says-
the spell is in your spell list, you can use an action to read it. Otherwise, the scroll is illegible.
Well, Book of Ancient Secrets does say it can be from any class of spell list if it's a ritual.
Maybe, hang on. Okay, so the way we do this, I think, would be anyone can use the scroll, but there's a chance of going onto the spell misfire table. Otherwise, this is a ritual spell. Shivari would be able to try and copy this over. Or would be able to copy this over with the materials. And yes, there are currently fish inside the water elemental.
Nice. Well, Papyrus, I'm really sorry. I think Roger totally wrecked your study. It's gonna be a mess when you get back.
What an arsehole! Make a deception check.
It's a level 2 spell,
Alright.
level 4. Yeah. So, I should be able to...
Okay, well.
I should be able to transcribe it. I still have... Do I still have a little worth of ink? I do not. Oh, no, I do, actually. Oh,
Okay,
I
then
have just enough ink.
then you, I guess, take the time to sit down and begin copying that over.
It would take 2 hours, I think.
Okay, you sit down and start working 2 hours. Cams are frozen. I can fix that. Done. Fixed. Easy peasy. You sit down and start copying that over. Woof, you attempt to persuade Lord Papyrus that Roger is the one who wrecked his study. He goes, "How wrecked?"
Knocked over the fish.
My fish? Oh, wait, you knocked over my fish?
No, I would never do that. I'm a good boy.
Part of this rock makes me psychic, you know. Also, I'd like to point out that, well, again, from the outside, this looks like Woof arguing with himself. Part of this rock makes me psychic, you know. What's your passive insight?
What is your passive insight? How do you determine
Same,
that?
unless you're proficient in perception, it should be the same as your passive perception.
Okay, I am so.
Okay,
So it would be 11.
So yeah, it's the same as your passive perception. So if you're proficient in perception, unclicks perception to get what your insight is.
11.
11. He's lying. He's not psychic.
Or Papyrus,
you're
I think we
lying.
should
No,
both
you're
just
lying. No,
disagree
you're
to
lying.
disagree.
I'm gonna have to hire so many people. The animated armors are gonna be working for ages. You know what? You revive me, we'll call it even.
Okay, that sounds like a good idea.
Yes, it does. Alright, anything else anyone would want to do? Before we jump to Shivari finishing up, transferring the scroll?
Nope, I'm good.
Guess Leonhard is also good for now.
It is 2 hours that it takes, so.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, the rest of you take
Can we
take
take
enough
a
time for a
short
short rest. Yes.
What about
I will say
the
Shivari can
nostalgia?
also count a short rest in this. Because,
Okay.
oh boy, you all got wounded. The rogue is not bleeding out. She's she's sitting down, tenderly scowling behind the mask. I'm dropping frames for a second. Let me work out why. Battleness is why. Oh wow, we're dropping every frame. Like all the frames, every single frame. And yet I can see you guys.
Hmm.
Yeah, I can see you guys.
Hmm.
Huh. I'm just gonna